Wow. I think this is the first time in a long while we've had all 7 players.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad the curse didn't kick in.
Wow.
Yeah, now that you say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suddenly I get a call.
You wouldn't
Hey,
jinx it, man.
$400 job, you gotta come out. Mother.
Okay, are we ready?
Yep.
Right. Captain's log. Stardate 53280.8. The recent events on the Imjin and its subsequent destruction have thoroughly shaken the 10th Fleet to its core. Starfleet Command is instituting new security measures. The Kismet has been asked to participate in a series of readiness drills. These exercises are meant to prepare the crew for identifying saboteurs in case one is able to sneak on board the ship. Starfleet has sent one Lieutenant Commander Pierce to lead these exercises. He's due to arrive via shuttle soon, and Varro has the crew as ready as he can get them, and that's saying something. End log.
I have a question. Was the saboteur on the Imjin a changeling?
Tellarite.
Okay.
He was a Orion spy.
Ooh.
In fact, for those who aren't aware of this, it was Kerr.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, remember the character Kerr during the fleet action?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, well, the player left, and Ed decided to turn him into a traitor.
Serves him
Because he was
right.
a dick.
Quote unquote symbolism.
Symbolism.
Judas.
Anyways, so yeah, Kerr was a traitor, and he actually caused the destruction of the Imjin, which is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who's been fixing it? Me.
Oh, the engine's gone.
Oh, the Imjin is gone. No, we're like that was total warp core breach destroy.
Wait. Our ship is gone.
No,
the
not our
Imjin.
ship. The Imjin.
We're
which
the
is the other
Kismet.
ship.
Oh, I'm sorry. I freaked out for nothing.
No. Don't worry, it was just the other guys who died.
The useless crew.
They died.
Self-destructed, right?
Yeah, the traitor and Kerr initiated the ship's self-destruct sequence, and I think it was the commander barely escaped before the ship blew.
Right, and Commander Prax made sure that he couldn't stop the self-destruct.
Yeah, it was essentially half of their senior staff were still on the ship, including the captain, commander, their engineer, and I believe a couple other, or I think one other player, but I don't remember who.
Yeah,
But they
And
all died.
they got out. They were able to get beamed off the ship at the last second. But had the player not messaged me that that's what he was going to do, they would have died.
yeah, and Kerr is presumed dead.
Wait, so what rank was Kerr if he was able to start the self-destruct?
Lieutenant
It's
Commander.
not that he had a rank. It's that he's a brilliant hacker.
Oh,
In fact, do you remember all the crazy shit that happened on the Kismet last week?
yes. Oh, that's right. He did that.
Yes, that was Kerr. Kerr was the one who initiated that attack on our ship on the Kismet systems. Remotely, I might add.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a startling breach of security.
from what we gather, it was one of those hack jobs that was like, we didn't actually do anything harmful in the long term, but we did this attack to show you just how hard we can hit you whenever we want.
Right.
It was a show. From what we gather, it was a show of force.
That's what
So-
happens when you guys miss a week.
Yeah. Basically, what happened last week was, with the exception of a couple characters, everybody's names started showing up in very compromising records.
I think the only one who didn't show up in the end was Sullivan, right?
Right.
Sullivan is too good for this earth. Too pure.
Too pure. Too good.
Not high enough.
I
Frank.
will say, since the mission was over, Solomon was wrapped in that, and I believe somebody did get the information, just did not report it.
So everybody.
Everybody was wrapped up in that incident.
I wonder what it said. It's probably like she doesn't like puppies as much as she says she does.
Oh no, wait! It was that she purposely deactivated the containment fields
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
during the medical emergency.
Oh.
It was supposed to be a video that showed you deactivating the containment field.
Which
Yeah.
nobody
that's right.
And
believes.
told us about that afterwards. He was like, "You would have gotten this, but nobody
Found it.
quite found it." Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what would have been incriminating for you, Sullivan.
What
For
would have
me-
been incriminating for me?
You left your
You
console
contacted
open.
the Ferengi.
Oh, yeah.
Active Ferengi, great.
You were talking with the Ferengi during the peace talks, is what Kerr put in for you. For the captain, it was he supposedly sent a message to Zarconia before we even found it.
Mm-hmm. For Pend, it was he falsified his reports down on the giant fish attack planet. And for Evans, it was he broadcast to the Orion Raiders before they ambushed the convoy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but I think it was one of those. I think it was.
What was
the
it for
one-
me?
I think it was for Evans that it was at that point that Varro put it together that the hacker tipped his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for you,
Like the-
it was all signs pointed to you being the one tampering to all the logs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then I confined myself to quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we ended the episode with Harmon being all grumbly in his office.
Yeah.
But I assume now that whole conspiracy mess has been cleared up.
Yes, yeah. So, like, when you guys went to report, like, hey, Admiral, here's our report, she says, what the hell are you guys doing? Are you idiots? I just wanted you to look over the ship. You know, in a nicer tone, because I could see her being kind of the nice Admiral, but,
Just oof.
you know, like, all I asked you to do was look over your ship, not...
Not initiate a criminal investigation.
Right.
Of each other, not court-martial each other. Okay, so I say we should actually get started. Does anyone have any scenes they want to run?
I think me and Varro wants to do one.
Mm-hmm.
Sex
Question
dungeon.
is, again, the question is this the right time since we're having a security concern?
Okay, so where I kind of have you guys placed is you guys are kind of all at your duty stations currently. There'll be time to do other stuff later, but right now just everybody's at their duty stations. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about while you're like at your stations, maybe about the situation, maybe about what some of the news coming from the fleet, that's kind of like what I want you guys to be doing.
So no
Alright.
one died on the engine, right?
No.
Okay.
Right.
I'm
so
just gonna sort of think about Kerr because Sullivan remembers him as being a pretty nice dude. You know,
For a Tellarite.
no,
No,
not even
fucking
for a Tellarite, to
Tellarites.
be honest. Not even for a Tellarite. She thought he was just a genuinely nice guy and is kind of shocked he'd do something like this and is kind of and on occasion she looks around wondering, even if all the stuff that came out was fake, what if there's another spy on board? What if we're not alone?
Unfortunately, I'm already thinking that no matter what. Ferengi.
all right.
Quick question. Am I getting just gem magic wanded in, like between sessions I got assigned to the ship?
So normally how we work this is that you were probably working on another shift and were moved onto the alpha shift. So like you could have been in command of, let's say, the Delta shift or something like that. Then like, oh, we need to move some personnel around, and you got moved to Alpha shift.
Right. Or we could have him come on with Pierce. Same shuttle.
I think the first one would probably
Okay.
be best for what I got going.
Okay.
So yeah. So we have a new
So
transfer.
sort of magic wanded, sort of not.
Okay. I'd mentioned something about the possibility of bringing in the support character if everyone had gotten one of their own.
Yeah, we
Well,
have a list of support characters, and I don't think it'd be a problem to add one.
Yeah, but we'll probably do that when the character needs to come up.
Okay.
Or between session.
Yes.
Hey, but yeah, if anybody wants to role play at their stations, by all means. If not, we'll
Yeah,
fast
I'm,
forward a bit.
I'm on the
Okay,
bridge with the captain.
Yeah.
I guess I'm on the bridge too because, well, I'm the engineer on the station.
Hmm.
And because the chief engineer's like, stop up showing me, get the fuck off the engine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm probably checking all systems like every 2 hours, making sure nobody's been screwing with them since the incident.
Yeah, I'd probably be at the ops station assisting as well.
I just kind of lean over to the captain, quietly talking, just the two of us, not the rest of the bridge hearing it. I don't like commands. I don't like command sending this Lieutenant Commander Pierce here. Seems, well, let's just say I'm not quite comfortable with it.
I don't entirely disagree with you.
Never like the higher ups screwing around with the starship's business.
But I suppose, in a sense, it is their business as well.
Indeed. I'll be happy when he's gone, however. Seems unnecessary after messing around a little bit. Everything I've already put the crew through.
Commander, do we have an ETA for Lieutenant Pierce? Lieutenant Commander Pierce?
GM, do we have an ETA?
I could do you guys one better.
Shuttle has entered sensors range. They're hailing us now.
On screen?
The
Oh,
devil.
did I send that to two people?
Apparently so.
Okay. Oops. Okay, yes, that.
Tactical officer, stop leaning over and reading my console. God damn it.
Wait, which two consoles did it go to?
I tried sending it to ops and to. I was first going to send it to tactical, but then you asked for the commander if he did it, so then I tried to send it to ops, and I think I ended up sending it to both.
I thought it was a little strange that I'd gotten that because I don't remember ever reading anything like that before.
And in fact, that is exactly what I did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying Penslav, kill me now.
Oh, so in Discord, if there's something that your character is doing, instead of me saying like this is what you see, I'll send it to you in a message so that you can role play out the information you get.
Like they actually do in the show.
Right.
Okay.
Ed is your very slow acting console readout.
Right. Well, 9 times out of 10 I have it ready, but sometimes I need to make something up, and that's
Right.
when it's slow because I'm sitting there typing it.
Yeah, it's usually when we're asking questions about something, and we come up with a question that Ed didn't plan on.
Right.
Which happens.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, no, I'm not even seeing it yet. Over on Discord. But then again, look how long it took me to actually get in.
All right, so
Give me
on
one second.
screen.
I'm gonna try relogging.
No, it's all right. Lieutenant Evans got it too, apparently. So I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for you to get information like that. So
Yeah.
we don't have to dwell too long on it.
Especially as ops.
Yeah.
Vincent Liarga. The
All right.
All right, on screen.
And appearing on screen is a lieutenant commander. He has a kind of a stocky build and dark brown hair, and wears a gold uniform, as someone in like tactical, as security or engineering would wear. As he appears on screen, he says, "Hello, Captain. I am Lieutenant Commander Pierce. Thank you for taking part in these readiness drills."
Of course. Shall we receive you in our shuttle bay?
Yes, Captain. I will meet you when I land on board.
All right. Lieutenant Pend, please prepare the shuttle bay, and Commander Varro, Lieutenant Evans, please accompany me.
Has the comm stopped?
Yes.
The hail's over. I kind of look over at Varro for just a few seconds and I go, was that a delay when he spoke between him and the captain?
What?
I mean, it took him quite a bit to answer back.
Liaka, I think that's just the captain's brain trying to catch up with the conversation.
No, I meant
And Harmon just shoots Pend a glare.
Smile!
no, I'm just, I don't know if Discord cut out for a minute. This is that character.
Probably.
I don't know if Discord cut out because you were talking to the captain and then there was just like silence after your first sentence, and then you spoke again.
Oh, there was. I was waiting for the captain to respond. There was.
Yeah.
I don't
That
think it
happened.
was. I don't think it was intentional. Storyline pause. I think it was just a who's
No.
going to talk next.
Okay,
pause.
then belay it for a moment. I thought, oh great, we got a recording. We're screwed.
No. Okay. So the so in that case, Commander Varro, Lieutenant Evans, please join me in the shuttle bay.
Lieutenant Commander Modak, you have the bridge.
Aye, sir. At that point, I would get up and take the captain's chair.
Okay, and the three of us head down to Shuttle Bay 2.
All right, and so as you guys get to Shuttle Bay 2, that's probably just around the time that the shuttle gets in there, lands, turns off the engines, lowers the ramp, and out walks the lieutenant commander from the shuttle, and he's carrying a few bags with him.
Pleasure to meet you, Lieutenant Commander.
Again, thank you for having me, Captain. I hope to make this as painless as possible for you. However, I would like to request a room and an office space in which I could work. I will also need full access of the ship's system so that I may set up the drills.
I see. We already got the room for you. Commander Varro can take care of setting you up with an office. Now, full access to the ship's systems. You're going to want to talk to our chief engineer about that.
Is there going to be any problems, Captain?
I don't think so. As mentioned, we just got through with a major overhaul of the computer systems in the wake of the recent hack on the Kismet systems. So I know our chief engineer, Lieutenant Votto, is still working on that. Last I checked.
We're currently
There-
going through a full cycle of refresh security codes and clearances.
Very good, Commander. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. As soon as I could get those so I can start setting up the drills, the better. This way we could get this process over with as quickly as possible.
That would be be for the best, I think. Not that we don't enjoy your presence.
Yeah, I've had enough captains questioning my presence here. I'm just trying to do my job just like anybody else.
Well then, in that case, we do have your quarters ready, and Lieutenant Evans here, my security chief, will show you to them.
Very good. Captain, once I get settled in, I'm sure I will seek you out and I'll explain the agenda I have.
Of course, I'll be in my ready room when you need me.
All right. I'll follow you, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. And get him to the room.
And he follows the lieutenant out, leaving the captain and commander in the shuttle bay.
Commander, I say we head back up to the bridge. However, I ask that you take care of getting an office set up for our lieutenant commander. Then, let me see.
So the captain and I head back to the bridge.
Yep. And as soon as the captain takes the center chair again, he's gonna tap a couple buttons. Oh, there you are, Ed. As soon as he sits back down in the chair, he taps a couple buttons and goes, Captain Grennan to Lieutenant Vada.
Does anybody want to play Lieutenant Vada, or shall I take it?
Who's Lieutenant Vada again?
Chief
She is
engineer.
the ship's chief engineer, and she is a Bolian. I've played her in the past, but don't want to have a conversation with myself.
What's she like? I think I can play her.
Yeah, she's well. Bolians are generally very friendly, kind of. I think
Bright
when
and
I
bubbly.
played, yeah. I was gonna say when I played her kind of upbeat.
So definitely
Oof.
not the captain.
Ooh, Commander Varro dropped.
Yeah, I think he said he had a connection problem.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, apparently the issues are back.
Okay. So either way, calling.
I'll play Vada.
Okay. So, Captain Grennan to Lieutenant Vada.
What up, Cap?
Okay. Our guest has arrived, and his initial requests are more or less what I expected, with a small exception. He's gonna need full access to the Kismet systems. I know you were in the middle of running that full computer overhaul, but we're gonna need to get Lieutenant Commander Pierce access.
No problem, Captain. I can. Hey, wait a minute. He's here to do like a diagnostic. He's here to do a test on us, right? Like,
Training
Drills and-
exercises, yes.
what if this is part of it? Like, he doesn't want us giving over full system access to someone not part of the crew.
Hey, I'm back.
Wait, Varro's on the bridge with me, right?
Yes.
Said, what do you think, Varro? Would you put
About
past
what?
Starfleet Command?
I've been missing for like the last minute.
Okay, basically, Vada, played by Sullivan right now, put forth the concept that perhaps asking for full access to the ship's systems is part of the training exercise.
I
And I
agree
just-
that full access is slightly out of character for security trials. However, near full access would not be unprecedented.
I'm going to agree with you there, Varro. I'm gonna say that this request is the full and legitimate deal. You are to give him full access when he asks.
Aye, Captain. So he asked you, right? So should I do the full access now?
He'll be coming down to main engineering shortly after he has a meeting with me. I'll probably be accompanying him.
Aye, aye, sir.
And press the button closes the channel to engineering. And in that case, Commander, you have the bridge. I'm going to wait in my ready room for Lieutenant Commander Pierce.
Understood, sir.
I think this would actually be a really good opportunity to let Evans have a bit of a scene with the Lieutenant Commander,
Yeah, I think that'd be fine.
like while they're walking.
Oh, I don't have anything. It's really because as he's walking, he's more engaged in his thoughts and what he's doing than who's around him.
Fair enough.
As you guys will, I'm sure, see as you start to interact with him.
Got it.
And Troy Evans is not the one to start a conversation.
Right. So the walk was very quiet.
Hey,
But
you
was it an
wa-
awkward quiet?
You could have cut the awkward with a knife.
Can I do something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to check out his security, or the lieutenant commander's security clearances to make sure that he would be, or that he is cleared to actually have full access.
Yeah, as you check the orders come from Admiral Heppard herself.
Okay.
So like as you kind of check like the orders and the authenticity, it comes from the Admiral of the Fleet herself.
Okay, then yeah, in that case, I guess I'll just wait for Lieutenant Commander in my ready room.
All right. So after, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, I would say, Captain, you hear a chime on your door.
Enter.
Hello, Captain. I have completed my assessment of the ship, and I'm ready to install the readiness programs onto the holodeck. I would like your senior staff, yourself included, sir, to go through some specifically selected drills. I will leave their assignments to you. I would like the members of your crew to, and he hands you a data pad. Let me give you what's on it.
Ooh, data pad.
Data pad.
I really love this Discord thing because it makes things like data pads interesting.
So yeah, I would like members of your crew to to do the simulations that are on this data pad, and all the drills will take place on the holodecks to simulate the scenarios.
See, I think we can. And he, tapped it. He said, "I think we can accommodate all of these."
Very good, Captain. Like I said, I'll leave who's going to participate in which scenario entirely up to you. I will just be recording the data and saying, really gauging whether they are successful or not.
Understood. Okay. In that case, where can I find you when we're ready?
I will head down to engineering first to get my security clearance, and then I'll meet you in holodeck 2. I believe you have more. You have a lot of holodecks, correct?
Yes.
Holodeck 2 sounds good.
Right, when I'm ready, I'll call down to Vada. If you're still there, we'll go there, or meet you in holodeck 2.
Right. Very good, Captain.
Okay, give me a short period to go over these, right? And so I assume Lieutenant Commander Pierce leaves the room and Captain Grennan follows hot on his heels, and you can see he's just skimming through this pad, looking over everything that's on it, and he sits down at the in the captain's chair and says, okay. And he looks around in the bridge and he says, senior staff, I'm gonna have a meeting in the conference room in give me 10 minutes, he says, scrolling through the pad again. So I'll say after about 10 minutes, we're all gonna meet in the not ready room, in the conference room. So yay, we finally get to have one of these scenes.
Very good.
All right. Here's the deal. Starfleet Command and Lieutenant Commander Pierce have put together a rather well-constructed regiment of tests for the Kismet to accomplish. As long as we accomplish all the parameters set in front of us, we'll pass, so to speak. Now, there are 5 simulations that the Lieutenant Commander is going to run with us, and it is my duty to split you all up accordingly. Now, first matter of business, practice counter-hacking techniques. Lieutenant Commander Modak and Ensign Liarka, I think the 2 of you would be best for that.
Out of character, is this con?
No, this will probably be like control or insight engineering.
Okay, because I was about to say the last time I used con. Never mind. It's fine. Let's do it.
Yeah. This is probably... Yeah.
I sent you a little addendum because I think
Yes.
that might clarify some things
No,
going forward.
I kind of gathered,
Okay,
but
cool.
I want to use the best people.
Yep, nope. Totally up to you. I just making sure you know that was an option.
Mm-hmm. Second, going to... hang on. I want to... Okay.
Correct.
Yep, that's what I figured. Right, next. We are to drill in sweeping the ship for unknown security threats. The Commander Varro and I will take on that task. Then we are going to repel a boarding party. I don't know what this boarding party is going to look like. Hopefully they don't throw anything too out of left field at us. I'm hoping that, hoping against all odds that it's not the Borg. Let's see. Who do I want for this one? I'm thinking Lieutenant Evans, Lieutenant Penn, and Commander Varro. Do you think you'll be in condition to for some combat after the security sweeps?
I go where I'm needed, sir.
Of course. Now, this one, I'm sure goes without saying. And he looks at Penn. Piloting tests. You're gonna pilot the ship through gravitationally unstable space. I want you and Lieutenant Commander Modak working that, with Ensign Liarka running backup on the ship's engines.
Question?
Yes,
Well,
Lieutenant.
2 questions. 1, do these chairs spin? And 2, can we make it more difficult?
No and no.
Oh, you guys are no fun.
Training exercises aren't fun, Penn. Now, last one. we are to do a medical triage. Ensign Sullivan, I think you are in prime condition to handle that using the emergency medical hologram. And
Aye, Captain.
who else here has any medical experience? I don't think anyone here does.
Well, I've got a history of delivering medical supplies, but that's not really helpful.
Hmm.
There you go.
Let's see. Let me just see this real quick. There's that. Do-do-do. Evans. I think Sullivan might need an extra set of hands, and given that this is a senior staff training, we have to work with what we have. So you'll work with Ensign Sullivan.
Yes, sir. I don't have too much experience, but I shouldn't be a detriment at the very least.
Well, let's hope your steady hand with a phaser transfers to a steady hand with a scalpel.
Just don't kill anyone.
Not
Well, they're
hoping,
holograms in there anyway.
but you shouldn't treat them as any less real, because one day they might be.
Excellent point.
Right? Does everyone have their assignments?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shoot things and
Very well.
fly. I'm good.
All right then. Taps his comm badge. Lieutenant Vada.
Go ahead, Captain.
Is the lieutenant commander still down there?
I gave him his command codes and he went off to the holodeck, Captain. I believe he's actually ready for you.
Understood. Well, everyone, let's play a game. And Grennan leaves the conference room.
Alright, everyone, dismissed. Let's get to work.
Okay, at that, MODOK would get up and say, so the counter hacking is first?
Mm.
All we know is what they are going to be, not what order.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay,
And just a clarification here. Are we all heading to the same holodeck, or are we heading to different
Yes.
holodecks right now?
We're all going to the same holodeck.
Alright. Everyone, to holodeck 1.
I believe he's actually in holodeck 2.
Everyone to holodeck 2.
Everyone go to the wrong one first.
too late, I already hit the button for holodeck 1.
Okay, so what do we see when we get in there?
So as you guys enter, you kind of see Lieutenant Commander Pierce just kind of fuddling with some data pads, kind of just standing in the middle of a empty holodeck. At first, he doesn't even acknowledge that you guys walked in. But then after, I don't know, a few seconds, he finally looks up from his data pads and says, "Oh, Captain, I didn't see you. So which program would you like to run first?"
Giving me the first pick. I was expecting you to make the first call, being an instructor and all. But in that case, I think I'd like to start with the piloting.
Very good, Captain. Computer, activate Starfleet Readiness Program 4. And as he says that, the region turns into space, and you guys appear on the holodeck bridge of the Kismet.
Sit back and watch.
Okay, I take my station at ops.
I go to engineering when he needs more engineering stuff.
I'm pretty sure I have some con skills. I don't think I have I don't think I could pilot a ship, but I have a 2 in con. That's okay.
All right, so as you guys start to take your positions on this bridge, or just kind of stand around doing nothing, as being like, "Oh, this isn't part of our test," whatever you guys decide to do, Lieutenant Pierce kind of takes a seat at one of the side stations, I guess for the sciences or whatever. He just takes a seat in one of those, and says, "So for this test, you must navigate the ship to the far end of this sector that has gravitational distortions in the middle of it." And he kind of lays out, how the space kind of or basically on the screen, he kind of shows you where the ship is and where you need to get to.
And I plot the most interesting, exhilarating route I possibly can.
Okay. So that is going to be. Where's my?
Could I go daring because I'm trying to make it as ridiculous as possible.
So this is going to be control daring difficulty 6, assisted by the ship's engine's con.
Sweet.
The engineering's con.
No, the engine's con.
The engine's calm.
Con.
Yeah, con. That's what I was. Never mind.
I thought you said com.
No.
Considering I'm trying to make.
My con is a 2.
Don't
This
worry.
is Penn making this roll.
Yeah. Considering I'm trying to make this look as fancy as possible and dangerous, how would you like some threat?
I would love threat.
How would you like free?
I will take 3 threat.
Oh, good gosh.
I will roll 4 dice. And what is it? Difficulty 6?
Sure is.
And I get to I get to re-roll 1. Holy shit!
And I have to assist, correct?
Oh wow.
No, it's not engineering. It's the ship assisting.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, that's some bad rolls.
So you got 4. It's possible if the ship crits.
Why is this difficulty 6 again? Is it because Penn's showing off?
Can I spend my determination?
Pretty much.
Could I use, or could I assist, using the ship's sensors?
So that is a good point, but not in this role because this is Penn showing off.
Can I do?
This is Penn essentially just taking the station and flying the ship.
Hang on. I want to try something because I'm noticing how he's flying. I'm thinking maybe if I cut back a little bit on the engine controls, make it slow down just a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh, do you want to try and create an advantage or something?
Yeah, make an advantage for him.
I was just to say, could I use my determination just for shits and giggles to like prove I'm the best?
Well, then I probably can't do a damn thing because.
So it's a little late for the determination because you already throw the dice. For what Penn is doing, I'm not going to let anybody assist.
Right, just the ship.
So I just need the ship.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
I can get that.
Oh, it's literally the opposite of what we need. Dang it.
Sure is. What do I get to do here?
The ship explodes, all cronids, and he just goes over and goes, "You are the worst pilot ever."
But I made it look good.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, God.
Up there working or what's going on? There's still, he hadn't shown up today. So it's busted, it's leaking worse than ever. It was coming down like a river.
No, yesterday it leaked all the way to the back.
Yeah,
The butcher was sitting down here, and there was water all the way up to the
yep,
back.
it's still like that, man, unfortunately.
We can use this one. though, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry about that. The roommate was asking about a busted shower.
No worries. All right, so as Penn starts to maneuver the ship through the distortions, the ship shakes violently, sparks flying everywhere, the ship being thrown back and forth. And you notice that the person at Ops notices that the communications seem to have lost power.
Okay. I would be sending notation of this to engineering, letting them know that this needs to be fixed as soon as possible, and I would start work at my end to try to assist.
I'm going to attempt to assist because I do have electroplasma power systems to help you reroute power.
Okay.
Now, how does the systems work again?
So with this, it's technically what you guys got is a breach. So really, it's just you just have to reroute the system around the
Yeah.
damaged parts
Yeah,
to,
I
to
have.
get the comms back working, and it's just a minor action.
Okay.
Okay, I just tap a few buttons, I guess, and comms back.
Yep, pretty much.
Hey, I'm a genius.
So it'd be like, oh, there's damage in the secondary power couplings or some crap like that.
Yep.
Whatever is attached to the comms, technobabble, you guys can make up, and that's what you do. You just kind of, oh, I'm just gonna put them to this junction instead of this junction. Fun stuff like that. So Ensign Liarca, is there anything else you would like to do since you now have a task that you can also perform?
And that would be.
Yeah, whatever you think of.
You know what? He wants to show off. I think we're going to press him a little. I'm going to increase power to the engines.
Okay.
We are in a gravitational pull, so the faster we
Right.
go, technically we should be better.
So I am actually going to increase the complication range for the con task for that.
Is it con or engineering?
So when Penn does the con, he's going to get a complication, but he could potentially move faster.
Okay. Yeah.
If
I
that,
reroute,
yeah.
I
If that makes
reroute
sense.
some of our weapon systems into engine.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you need to move into the engines is basically fine.
All right. Hey, Penn, there's some more power to you.
Should be fun. Am I making the same roll with difficulty 6, or have I already hit 4?
So we'll give the lieutenant commander a chance to do something, and then we'll come back to you.
Okay. So it's now me. Sorry, I'm bad when there's not a initiative tracker.
Yeah. Well, it's basically whoever, like in this game, it's basically whoever wants to go first is essentially how it kind of works. So yeah, we'll just give you the turn.
Okay, I would like to scan ahead, make sure that he's not about to send us into some extreme turbulence.
All right. Go ahead and roll me Reason and Science, assisted by the ship's sensors and science, difficulty 3.
2.
Which will be difficulty 2 after your advanced sensor suites.
Yeah, I love these things. Please tell me the Nova doesn't have them, though.
I don't know what the Nova has or not.
Okay, why is it not letting me roll?
You have to click and highlight on the on your character sheet the whatever traits you're using.
Yeah, I've got them both highlighted, and now I'm trying to set the task, or would be task roll or manage or challenge dice.
Task roll would be on 2. So you'd have to double click the 2 just to make sure it's highlighted. And then you would just hit that little Starfleet icon that's by the numbers. Yep, just like that.
Like so.
And then we would just need the ship assist.
Okay.
Perfect.
And we made it.
Yep. So as the lieutenant commander scans, you are able to kind of map out the area, and you think you found a safe passage to travel for maybe about a third of this expanse of space.
Okay, I would immediately throw it up on, or I would immediately send it over to, oh god, what was his name again?
End.
Lieutenant Pend.
Bragg, or Lieutenant Pend. I would send a notation of this over to his station, along with a strong suggestion to take this course.
I receive your course and reject it entirely.
Substitute my own.
Okay, then I would send it again and make it an order.
He's still gonna not do it.
I received your order. It just might not happen.
Right. Okay, so we'll go back to Pend.
God.
Lieutenant Pend, you have the information. What are you doing?
I'm gonna ignore it.
Okay,
Of course it is.
so it's going to be that same roll, difficulty 6. It is now a complication range of 2.
It's still a 6.
Still a 6. You didn't
You
take
did-
any
you-
advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get a complication. I got 4. I got pretty close.
Yeah, but you wrecked the ship a little bit.
Oh God.
Well, if the ship is damaged, one of my talents, push the limits, lets me reduce the difficulty by 1 if there is something due to environmental conditions or damage to the engines.
No, it's damage to the comms.
Also,
But environmental conditions.
Environmental conditions, though.
so difficulty 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that applies, without the engines being damaged, then yes.
Okay. Yeah. Shits and giggles. Can I spend my determination? Prove I'm the best.
If you'd like.
I would like.
I like how there's gonna be all this other stuff. Spending it on a holodeck simulation. And this isn't the first time either.
Of course, it's not the first time.
That's right.
And if I wanted to roll a third dice, I'd have to give you 2 more threat.
Yep.
Let's go ahead with that.
Okay.
Damn it, and
So I've already got 2. I need 3 more.
All right.
And 1 off the ship.
Yep. Just need the ship.
okay.
So right now he has 5. The ship is a no.
But he got
However, Lieutenant Pend, you kind of just eyeball the way the gravimetric distortions are kind of laid out, and you estimated that you fly the ship maybe halfway through the sector. So you're about halfway to the finish line, so to speak.
Brilliant.
Damn it.
And then either Lieutenant Commander or Ensign Liarka can go next, depending on what you guys wanted to do.
I'm afraid to do anything. Fucking devil pin right here
Okay,
is trying to kill us.
Okay, I'm going to. Or well. You were saying you didn't want to do anything?
You know what? More power to engines.
All right. We'll go ahead and put the complication range for Penn's next roll to 3.
What was it? Was that up or down?
Oh.
So Lyrica's just screwing with you now.
Oh yeah.
Why do we have 2 nut jobs?
I know.
I'm gonna get negative reputation for this.
Oh, just so everybody knows, you're all watching this. You are all on the bridge.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I'm going to be doing another scan to try to find another easy route.
Okay,
No, accept it.
He's
Go
not
ahead
gonna
and
accept it.
yeah, but you could at least get momentum out of it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me that same roll.
Okay.
Nope, not this time.
Ouch.
All right. So Liarka did his thing and boosted more power to the engines. So I guess Lieutenant Pend.
Wait, a question. Can I
Sure.
rally?
Well, technically, you guys were not involved in this.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not there.
Oh, we're
I
here.
would like to kindly remind Penn that there is a throttle next to him.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Leave me alone.
Damn it, Penn.
So I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna eyeball it.
Okay.
Difficulty 5.
Well, considering we're halfway through, would that reduce the difficulty by a little?
No.
God damn.
Still flying through spatial distortions in the most dangerous way possible.
So are you like slingshotting us around these?
I was
Probably.
going. I didn't want to break character, but I really wanted to suggest just do the slingshot method. Damn.
He probably is. He's probably taking us too close each time.
I'm just trying to make it as difficult as possible later on in the episode.
I hate you, Penn.
Okay, after
Welcome to
this,
my goddamn command.
okay, after this, I am seriously putting Penned up on report.
Hey, do you
Okay.
want some more threat, Ed? I'll keep giving it you.
Yeah, just keep giving it to me. That's fine.
I'll give you an extra 3 if you want it.
I sure do.
Damn.
Hey!
And we need one from the ship as well.
Oh, here. Oh.
That's 6 successes.
It sure is.
So that's 1 momentum so far.
Roll.
That's
Oh my god.
3 momentum.
Whoa!
Okay.
So how much do we have?
All right. So as Lieutenant Penn starts to clear the finish line, I'm gonna probably spend 4 threat here.
Right, because you have so much now.
And
As you kind of think you get to the edge of the system, you notice that the gravitational forces kind of do something unexpected and entirely block your path now.
Okay, can I take first on this, guys?
Sure.
Because I think I got an idea.
Better work.
I would like to try to rig the ditch to just fire. God, right now I'm trying to think of the type of pulse I'd be using. Graviton?
Yeah, Modoc, this may be a bad time, but I was taking power from weapons.
No, he's talking about the deflector dish here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd like to fire Graviton.
Okay. This is going to be, I think that's an excellent idea. I think it's going to be. I would say reason, control, or daring, and science. I think I will make it a difficulty. I'm going to spend 2 threat, make it difficulty 4.
Jesus.
We have momentum to spend if you need it.
And the
Yep.
ship assist will be structure science, I think.
I'll take care of the ship this time.
Okay, and how do I spend momentum again?
You would just say whatever, like if you wanted to buy an extra dice, you would spend 1 momentum and roll 3 dice instead of 2.
Okay, I would like to spend 2 momentum to get 2 additional dice.
It actually scales up, so you'll spend 3 to get 2.
Okay, then I'd like to spend 3 to get 2 dice.
Cool.
Would you say structure science?
Yes.
Best
Yeah,
first.
And
I think structure would be the dish.
And why get the focus with astrophysics?
Yes, I will allow that focus. I believe this is very much an astrophysics problem.
Okay, and complication range?
Just one. I think
Okay.
I think it defaults to 1.
Yeah, the complication range only goes up with me.
Pen's complication range is always base 2.
Okay, and how would I get it to automatically roll the 2 extra dice, or would I have to do something?
You just have to mark on your task roll 4, and then when you hit the dice roller, it will roll 4 dice. You just got to make sure that 4 is highlighted.
Oof.
Oh,
Hey,
we did succeed.
With a
we did
complication.
succeed. Right.
I'm going to use the complication.
Ah.
As far as you are able to tell, you were able to get the deflector beam to open up just wide enough for the ship to fly through. Lieutenant Penn, I believe your task is probably going to be daring Khan. We'll call it difficulty 3.
Oh.
And the complication range, I think I'm going to move to 4.
Yes.
For the speed the ship is flying and for that complication.
I mean, any higher and it'll start going into the highest I can roll.
Where the line between complication and success is the same number.
Yeah.
What's the it's engines con this time, right?
Yes.
Would you like one more con from me?
You know I love
more
the
threat, yeah.
You know I love the threat.
Oh, actually, I can re-roll. I can re-roll.
One of them.
Damn it, Pen.
Damn it, Penn.
Damn it, Pen.
It's funny we're doing it now.
And I cleared it. I cleared it.
Bullshit.
All right.
Still pulls it off.
So you take 2 momentum. I do get the complication. Will spend.
God damn it, Penn.
Hey, I made it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I forgot this was actually damage on your shields. But that's not the big thing. Shields doesn't matter to me. It is the communications taking another hit and the structure taking a hit that really interests me. And that's about all that happens. And then as you guys fly through, the computer program turns off and it goes back to the holodeck, and you kind of just notice Lieutenant Penn just tapping on his notepad. Very interesting.
Are you
Some
not
of them let out,
entertained?
like, a huge sigh. Like, it was pretty clear she was holding in her breath for a bit.
Yeah, at this point, I would stand up and say, Captain, a quick word.
Yes, Lieutenant Commander?
That ends.
A quick word about Lieutenant Penn. I had sent him a far safer course for a good third of this,
But it wasn't as fun.
and he had just completely ignored it.
Lieutenant Penn, is this true?
In all fairness, I got through that entire thing just by eyeballing it.
And Brennan just crosses his arms, and again, you know, he's usually a happy-go-lucky guy, but he looks really stern right now.
I actually look at Penn and I go, I've been giving you power, and the entire time you had the throttle all the way forward. and our ship in the hologram had been damaged over and over. Not only is that cost materials to be fixed, but that's a lot of manpower, and who knows what else could have died. Do you understand the complication that happened?
Complication.
Do you understand this is a hologram? And I wouldn't be stupid enough to do this in real life.
But this test was to determine if we could in real life.
Is
Technically,
the
we
person
still did
watching
it.
Over us still here?
What?
Is the person watching over us still here?
Yes, he is.
Like the person.
Yes.
Oh, he's just typing away on his notepads, kind of looking up every once in a while, looking at his notepads, typing stuff in his notepads.
And considering I still pulled it off, everyone would still be alive. We're good.
We lost structure. It was in space.
Well,
Yes, those decompressions absolutely could have resulted in the loss of life, depending on where they were.
you're all spoil sports, aren't you? Every one of you.
Penned.
We'll be having
And this is
a
the first time.
conversation. We'll be having a conversation about this later, Penn.
I turn back, my character's just fuming. He never gets this mad.
Take your seat, Lieutenant Pend. We're moving on to the next test. Is that okay with you, Lieutenant Commander?
Whenever you're ready, Captain.
Understood. Case, I think next up will be the boarding part. No. I'm thinking. I got it. Varro, I think we're up.
Yes, sir.
And you're doing the sweeping the ship, correct?
Mm-hmm. Sweeping for unknown security.
All right. So as you kind of say, while you're up, Lieutenant Pierce says, "Computer, activate Starfleet Readiness Program number 2."
Okay.
And you guys are again brought onto the bridge of the Kismet.
Right. And the captain joins Varro at like the security terminal. Where do you say we begin, Commander?
First, just a clarification. Are we starting off on a blank slate of the ship, or are we starting off knowing that there's a security breach that we don't know what it is?
So he hasn't started the program yet.
Ah,
Like he hasn't given you the briefing yet,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
All right.
So as you guys look ready, Lieutenant Pierce looks up and says, "Captain and Commander, there are 3 security threats located throughout the ship. Your job is to locate and deal with these threats in a time limit." Right?
How
Do
long
I have
do
a
we
time
have?
limit? Hold on. Time intervals to try to find all of these threats, and moving to another part of the ship will take 1 time interval,
Right.
and then task normally, of course, take 2.
Well, in that case, I say we try to find as many of these threats from the bridge, and then use our try to find as many of these threats as we can from the bridge. See if we can find anything nearby engineering, move down towards engineering, and from there, we'll have a much better shot at dealing with further security threats.
Agreed, Captain.
Well, this is your department. Take a look, and you might be able to give me some pointers.
Very good, sir.
All right, so as you guys look ready, Commander Pierce says, "Computer, start program." And as he says that, the entire ship goes to red alert.
Right. Okay. Case. So what's the first check we have to make?
All right, so explain to me what you guys are doing. Like let's start there. So you guys are doing what at whatever panel he's at?
Well, we're at security.
Right, so I'd like to initiate a ship-wide scan, first of all.
Okay. So internal sensors, correct? I'm assuming.
Correct.
All right. So it's going to be control or reason plus security or science. Difficulty 2. Assisted by the ship's sensors and security.
All right. Difficulty 1 then?
Yes.
And I assume I'm not assisting?
Unless you want to, but that would take up your time interval as well.
No.
Okay, let's see. Can I use my focus of shipboard tactical systems?
Sure.
Okay. Wow, 20.
Oh, wow. That hurts. Okay, and I'll roll for the ship. Oof.
All right, so I'm going to bank this threat. You guys still succeed at the task, correct?
I guess.
Yeah, we still
Yeah.
succeed.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm just gonna send you this. I do. Just hold on. I gotta adjust some of it. It'd be easier if I did this. Boom. So with these, I'm just giving you general locations of possible threats.
All right. Wait, what?
Oh no. That's
Like,
what I
is
said
that-
last week.
Is that 2 locations there?
Correct.
Okay. Got it. I didn't see the comma for some reason. And I was very confused. All right. Captain, I've got engineering and underneath the bridge's deck plating.
Underneath the what? And Harmon takes out a tricorder and starts scanning.
Okay. That one is so to scan that. Let me just make sure of my scan here, because I forgot to bold some of it. It's going to be reason or insight plus security, difficulty 3.
Ugh.
And remember, I can be sold on other stats if you have a good reason explanation for it.
No, I think that's. Hang on a sec. I want to check something really quick. Need to make sure I actually have a stat that I think I do. Where are you? Do. Okay. Then got and no. Okay. How much momentum do we have?
2.
2. I'm gonna spend one of it
Okay.
Right.
to actually give myself a shot at this. What did you say the difficulty was? 3?
Yes.
Ugh. Okay. Probably gonna fail at this, and I don't have a focus. Oh my god.
Oh.
All right.
Wow. I
So-
was not expecting to succeed at that.
So as the commander gives you that report and you pull out your tricorder, the tricorder leads you to right under the captain's seat, where there seems to have been placed a type of explosive device underneath the deck plate under the captain's chair.
Somebody has a sense of humor. Varro, help me out with this.
Yes, sir. I come down from security and like to work it.
All right, so that was the first 2 time intervals. So this is going to be the third and fourth then.
How many have we got again?
We have to deal
8.
with 3 of these threats.
Right, but how many time intervals?
8.
8 time intervals. Okay.
So this will essentially bring you to halfway.
Right.
And we've only gotten.
Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Yep.
No problem.
Wait. Okay.
All right, so you guys are able to find the bomb, and what are you guys going to do about it?
I want to try and defuse the bomb.
Wait. Is the bomb wired into anything?
It's just kind of like a standalone bomb.
All right. I've got an idea. Let's beam it off the ship.
I'd like to make a scan for any sensor equipment inside the bomb.
Okay.
Wait,
Uh,
that'll take time.
Oh wait,
Time
Yeah, will
we
that take time?
can-
Yeah, because
Okay,
it's a
then no.
task.
right. Then, yeah, Captain, I'll handle the bomb. You get down to engineering and start analyzing the threat down there.
Understood. Okay, so I'm gonna head down to engineering, and Varro's gonna take on the bomb.
Okay, so Captain, that would be 3 time intervals for you
3.
because it's 1 to move.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Yes.
thought you meant he was going to take me 3 time intervals to move.
No. So you spent 3 of your time intervals, and then Commander Varro, to transport is just whatever the transport crap is, wherever that in the book is. I think it's actually like a difficulty 1.
Yeah, but we're not transporting to a. We're not transporting to a pad or from a
pad, right?
Yeah.
So it
And that'll be
increases the
difficulty
difficulty.
3.
Wait,
Is it-
2.
2?
I think it's difficulty 0. It increases by 1.
Oh, maybe.
Hold on, I gotta find the transport
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those rules.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it is to normally do it. I like for some reason difficulty 0 sticks out in my mind, but
Right.
I want to be sure. Oh, I lied. Okay, so this is going to be control and engineering, difficulty 2. Assisted by the ship's sensors and engineering, and the difficulty increases by 1 if the target is not on a pad, and then increases by 1 if the destination is not a pad. So this is actually going to be difficulty 4.
Ooh,
Assisted
I
by
use your
the...
calm in the face of danger value.
yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I was about to say, I'm going to use my determination here. Calm in the face of danger.
And
Okay.
composure focus.
Yep, that's good.
Because I'm using my engineering.
And spend that last momentum while you're at it.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Wait, it does drop in difficulty by 1 because it's assisted by the sensors. So it's difficulty 3.
Does your sensors do that for transporters, or I thought it was just for scanning?
If it's
I believe it's
sensor
for anything
science,
that uses sensors. Right?
I think it has to be sensors science. No, just sensors.
No, it's just sensors.
So we've actually been operating.
No, I've been proccing it on other things as well.
So that last task that we did with the sensors security, that task actually went down by 1.
Right, and that's why I succeeded on it.
Yeah.
Because it was down by 1 and I got to send you for that. Okay, so
Why can I never find ship talents when I need them?
the ship talent for the Kismet, they're all on the sheet.
For the
Info.
Kismet.
Okay, cool.
So the
So I'm not
okay.
going to spend that last momentum because I think you're going to need it. I
okay.
have a focus and I'm using a determination,
Okay.
and I've got the ship assist. So
Alright.
this was difficulty 4. It's now difficulty 3, and I've already got 2 successes.
Yep.
So I've just got to get 1 success out of 3 rolls.
Mhm.
1 success there. See if we generate momentum here.
I'll take.
Hey, generate 2.
Oh, nice. 2
Right.
momentum.
We're up to 3 now.
So
And
this was
I
difficulty
beamed the-
3. Cool.
Right.
And so you are able to get a proper transporter lock onto the bomb, and you transport it. I don't know, probably just out of the long, far range of the transporters, away from the ship.
Oh, also, Varro, roll your challenge die. See if you get your determination.
Yes. I always forget to do that.
And you need a.
I need an effect, I believe.
Okay.
I'll read it if I get something that's not blank. But...
Nope.
Yeah, I got a blank.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
Cool. So Captain, you get to engineering. What do you do when you get to engineering?
I am going to use the engineering console and see if there is anything out of sorts.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do reason or insight and security difficulty 3.
I'm gonna spend. Should I spend all that momentum? I don't know. Just one of it, I think.
Okay,
Let's see.
just a heads up. I'll let you guys know when I find out the specific date.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, it's not one.
Yeah.
10 days.
Yeah, I think just one. And I'm gonna gamble on being able to do it again.
Yeah.
Ugh. God.
Got the holiday, got the job.
These are not good stats for me. Why did I decide to do this?
I mean, they're not the worst.
I'll
Yeah,
be
okay.
going for
Yeah.
Honestly,
know-
I should have gone down though.
Does the ship help at all?
Have an actual date, I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Because I'm using like the ship's computers and such.
Yeah. No. So as you approach the console, you kind of look up and you see that there is someone there you don't recognize.
Takes out his phaser. You. Who are you?
All right, and actually, I think we need to head back to the commander at this time, because that would technically start your next task. So yeah, we'll head back to the commander. Commander, you're still on the bridge. You just got done transporting.
Mhm.
What's your next action?
All right. So, clarification. You said threats in engineering, correct? Plural?
Potentially.
All right, then I'm going to head down to engineering.
Okay.
So we're halfway through.
All right, so Commander, you just pulled out your phaser and said, "Who?"
Captain. So I'm gonna say, who
So-
are you? And I'm basically going to try to intimidate him into surrendering here.
All right. So you're trying to intimidate, huh?
Presence security.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me. This is an opposed check, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right. Let me pull up my sheet. I'm going to spend 4 threat
Oh God.
to have you increase your complication range to 3.
Oof. And I'm spending a momentum
Okay.
to get an extra die.
Okay.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh man!
Good job, Captain.
Ooh.
All right, I will use the threat I gained from yours to cancel out my threat. So he wins the presence check.
And there's a complication.
Yeah, I just use your complications to cancel out that one.
Oh, okay.
Because to cancel mine out, I've been spending 4 threat, and I think that's fair.
Okay.
So I'd get the 4 threat to cancel out
You gonna
mine.
fire.
I sure am.
Ugh. God damn it.
So this is control security. He is going to attempt to shoot at you, and I'm actually going to spend 1 more to make this a 3.
Oh no.
Captain goes down.
Oh.
Captain goes down.
I think Captain, you're taking 8.
Oh.
Ding dong, the captain's dead. The captain's dead. The captain's dead. Now, ding dong, the captain's dead.
And I think that's the perfect opportunity for Varro to come in the door.
Oh, he does. As soon as you hit the ground, he looks up and sees the phaser blast.
Or
Like as he walks in, he sees the phaser blast hit the captain.
Yeah. Okay. Well, disruptor blast.
Yeah,
ow.
whatever was shot, that thing.
Well, I mean, it had vicious, so it wasn't a phaser.
Yeah.
And it says disruptor pistol.
Yep, sure does.
Gives it away.
just picking up on the subtle clues here. Yeah. So as soon as that happens, I pull out my phaser, triangulate where the blast came from, and fire.
Okay. Well, you, I'm not quite sure how your engineering set up, but I would imagine you see him. Probably at the 2nd level.
Mm-hmm. I imagine it's somewhat like Voyager's.
Yeah, that's what I was
based off
thinking.
of the same kind of design.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
it's
was. Yeah,
Mostly subtle differences.
right.
So yeah, I pull out my phaser, aim, and fire.
Okay. Aim and fire.
Oh, he's gonna aim.
Yeah. Aiming. It's a good thing to do.
I didn't even get the chance.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not sure if we have the same computing system. Let's see. Ooh, should I spend a momentum here?
Please do. Otherwise, I am elbowed.
And I have a focus in hand phasers,
Okay.
which I believe will be very applicable.
Yeah, that's quite applicable. Oh, what?
How?
And I'm the fuck up.
How? It's 2 18s.
So he's
But
gonna look.
Wait, no, I get to re-roll 1 because I took aim.
Up. Yep. Go ahead.
Please be a complication.
10? Fuck you.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Commander, I'm gonna burn out your phaser,
Oh no.
and he's gonna see you shoot. I'm gonna spend 3 of my threat. I'm gonna roll 4 dice,
And I'm the
and he's
fuck
gonna
up.
try to take fire at you. I believe that is a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Only 4 though.
Oof.
Not
Only
enough
for
for an
4.
injury.
Sure isn't.
Yeah, that's the
Grab
first
my-
time I've taken stress damage.
Grab my phaser.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So Captain, did you avoid the injury or did you take the injury?
No, I took the injury. I am down.
Okay.
I don't think there was any way I could avoid it.
Spend your determination.
Actually, I should, because I'm the only one. This is the
Yeah,
only
you need to
thing
get
I'm
back
doing.
up.
And Grennan himself, staggered against the wall, leaning up against the wall. He carefully takes out his phaser, aims, and fires.
Okay.
Shouldn't this be more difficult considering he's injured?
No, I'm not injured.
He avoided
I'm
the
going-
injury.
So he avoided the injury, so he is still technically injured. It's just he doesn't get the protection of being injured. So if he gets another injury, it essentially becomes a lethal injury at this point.
I'm just
Right.
trying to mess with him at
Except
this
we're on the
stage.
holodeck. So.
Yeah, except you're on the holodeck, but in
But it would
real
end
gameplay,
at the time of the holodeck. Yeah.
right?
Oh! Oh! Wow!
Damage.
Binch?
Hold on. Why did you use presence?
Oh shoot!
Oh, damn it.
No.
Reroll.
It doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter because
you did still roll 2 ones.
well, that one becomes a 0, but
Okay, so it's actually
So-
4 successes. Cool.
Okay, so we get
but still, we banked
still get 2 momentum.
That's still, you know.
All right, I'll take it. Damage.
Okay. Let me see. Rolling my phaser type 2. And I can spend 2 momentum to bring that up to 5, can't I?
Mm-hmm.
So right now you're at 4.
Isn't bonus damage just 1 momentum?
Right.
Well, right now he's at 4 damage. If he spends 1, he'll be at 5.
Right.
I
And that-
am at 4. So yes, then 1.
Okay. Just to let you know, he does have a resistance of 1 for
Oh,
armor.
then I'm gonna spend 1 more.
Okay, so you spend both. Cool, and he goes down. And you could, and Commander, you could
Just
death.
breathing heavily.
Yep.
And he holsters his phaser and staggers forward.
Right. I just toss my phaser to the side, climb up to investigate the person who went down.
Okay. Are you doing any tasks? Just looking at him?
No, I'd say see if he was doing anything. That might
Right.
be the next security breach. He might have been doing something.
Yeah, that's kind of my idea here.
Okay. What was the
I'm taking a
roll?
look around, looking at
Yeah.
him, the space around him.
Yeah, so this would probably be Insight Security, difficulty 3.
Ugh. Or
Um,
that's your speciality.
Yeah, difficulty 3 is fine.
Let's see. And
I'd spend that last momentum.
yeah, I'm spending a momentum for 3 die.
You don't because you spent both.
No, we had 3. And Captain.
You had 2. Because remember that 1 was actually a 0.
Yeah.
No,
So
we
you
had
only-
1 before he rolled.
No, you didn't. He used it to
Oh,
roll 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. So I'm rolling 2.
Give him a threat.
Threat is what screwed us up in the first place.
Well, do you want to pass this roll?
I do. However, question: can I use my focus and composure because I've been shot and I'm still going?
I don't think it would apply here because you're just kind of. It's not a stressful situation, so to speak, because
Okay.
you're not actively being shot at.
Right.
So like it's kind of like this is normal for you.
Then yeah, I guess I'm giving you a threat.
Okay. Huzzah.
Damn it, Pend.
Hey, don't look at me. I'm not the one making this more difficult.
Yes, you are. You gave the GM all the threat that he's been using to make everything more difficult.
And how much have you two given him?
Not
Very
much,
little.
actually.
One.
He's been using most of these complications.
Yeah.
And?
Okay, so roll
Yeah,
armor.
3.
So as you kind of look around, you don't really notice that he did anything. You think that he was the threat.
It's okay, but when I'm in there, you're cleaning that one.
Yeah.
All right. I grab his disruptor pistol and move back down to join the captain.
Okay, and during that time, I'm continuing to do a scan for security threats.
Okay, so we've hit the 8 intervals. We're actually at 9 intervals. So yeah, it's only 4. Like 8 and like every task is 2 intervals.
Oh,
No,
so
we
we
should
ran
be
out
at-
of time.
We should be at 6 for the captain and 8 for me. He still has 1 interval left because he didn't go up to investigate the.
He
person.
he shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
He shot
Yeah.
twice.
But he was down there 1 interval earlier.
Yep, he shot twice.
No, I didn't.
No,
Mhm.
he shot once.
So the first task was okay. So yeah, you're right. He shot once, but the other task was the presence check.
Oh yeah, the one that I bombed.
Right.
No, right. What I'm saying is that took him up to 5, not to 6.
So
Because he went down after the first one, only spending 1 time interval going up to 3, while I went up to 4, beaming the thing off the ship.
okay, so here's where I got him. He had the 2 for the initial scan, the 1 to move, the 2 for notice for attempting to figure out what was going on in engineering. That was a task also when he got to the console. Then he had the task for trying to intimidate. Then he had the phaser shot. So he is also at 9. Yeah, I've been keeping track.
Okay, so we failed.
I missed the engineering one.
Yep. So as you guys kind of grab your bearing, get your bearings, alarm klaxon sound on one of the engineering consoles, and as you both go near it, you notice that a explosive device was set off on one of the nacelles. We'll call it the left nacelle, and the nacelle has a giant hole and is venting plasma, and the simulation ends at that point.
Damn. I was successful.
Yeah, but you made us fail.
That's not my problem.
Yeah, it was a worthy. It was
So
a worthy
as-
try, Varro.
We still failed.
Yeah.
And how many of these do we have to pass?
We don't know.
Yay!
So after this, you just kind of notice Commander Pierce is still in his data pads, not really, looking up every once in a while, but mostly putting data in his pads.
Any thoughts, Lieutenant Commander? We botched that pretty bad there.
Oh, you guys did all right. I mean, you didn't get the last one, but, personnel utilization, I think, is one of the things that you could do better.
Right. I think I probably could have done putting a couple more people on this one. I just didn't want to overwork what crew I have. Well, in that case, I think 2 of us should take a little bit of a breather. Ensign Sullivan, Lieutenant Evans, you're up.
All right, computer. Where's my spiel? Activate Starfleet Readiness Program 5. Because that one was 2, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
All right, just keeping them straight.
I'm going to say to Evan, you technically outrank me. However, I am still the chief medical officer aboard this ship. I would very much like it if you follow my orders, if that's okay.
We'll certainly do that. You have the most experience with medical training. So you lead.
All right, so as the program starts up, you guys appear in the ship's sick bay, in the holo deck version of the sick bay, and he says, to complete this scenario, you must let's see. You must diagnose various injuries, and you will need to stabilize the patients in a certain time limit.
Of course.
Send a test.
All right, so this will be coming from the GM. So you guys will have 10 intervals in order to treat the however many patients I decide there's going to be.
Are you not going to tell them how many?
There is a set number, but I will not tell you how many
God damn it.
yet.
Where's the fun in that?
Okay, I have like 5 focuses that might be able to help us here, so yay!
So are you guys ready?
Yes. Survival wouldn't help here, would it?
Probably.
I'm ready.
Any first aid I might have.
Okay, so as you guys say you're ready, Lieutenant Pierce, or Commander Pierce, sorry, says, computer start program. And the scene goes to a red alert status. And
Computer activate emergency medical hologram. We are about to see an influx of patients.
okay, so this is going to spend a crew support.
That is okay.
And Modic said he would be okay controlling the EMH.
Cool.
So if he's still here and wants to do that, by all means. Okay.
Oh, me?
What?
Never mind.
Okay. So as it starts the scene, or as the red alert happens and the EMH comes online and all that fun stuff, 10 crew members come into sick bay, all with various injuries, and all at the same time.
Okay.
Just like can't fit through the door.
You know like how they coming in like 2 by 2, people holding each other up, and there's 10 of them and they're all injured.
So as I come online, I'd state, please state the nature of your medical emergency.
God, that's so good every time.
Every time.
And as soon as you say that, you see the train of people coming in.
Okay.
Okay, I would immediately scan the crew manifest and say, let me guess, Lieutenant Pend was piloting?
Evan, not temp jokes right now.
Suck a dick!
Oh, that wasn't me.
That was the EMH.
That's the EMH.
Yeah, that was the EMH.
That was the EMH in his typical snark.
All right.
Okay, so at that
I'm
point,
gonna check
I
to
would
see which
immediately
people are.
pull out
which-
the tricorder, or medical tricorder, and start scanning, trying to find out who is in the worst shape and who needs to go first.
Right. I remember there's this system of like, you give out like certain.
What do you need me to roll?
Hold on. Go ahead, nurse. What were you saying?
There's this system used in emergency medicine for like after disasters and stuff when they find dead bodies, and they have like a system of cards like, this is a dead body, is a black bear with a shovel, and it goes all the way up to like a rabbit with a broken foot, in order to determine which people are heavily injured the most.
Okay.
Yeah, triage.
Yeah. Was there something you wanted to do with that, or?
We're definitely going to want to keep people who are the most injured up first.
Okay,
Right now,
So here, hold on. Let me kind of describe the scene really quick before we really get into it. So, you guys have 10 crew members that have come into sick bay, right? So what you guys need to do is you need to diagnose all of them and stabilize the ones that need to be stabilized, and do this all within 10 intervals. Now keep in mind, each task takes 2 time intervals. So essentially each person is only going to have 5 tasks total, unless you guys do some other things, but you're only going to get 5 tasks to do everything. So you guys might need to work out a system of how you're going to break up the people, however you guys need to do, because
okay.
So yeah.
First thing first, who here cannot stand? Like, they are literally having trouble standing.
So
And the other question I'd like to ask.
Yeah, I was
how
thinking
many
I could
people
go ahead
are-
and triage.
Yeah. How many people are currently bleeding?
okay, so just looking at everything, 3 people have been, or hold on, 2 people have been brought in stretchers. 1 person can't put weight on his leg. The other one is kind of holding the shoulder. The other ones kind of help the other people in, but they appear to have like cuts and burns and things like that.
Okay. People on the stretcher first. Next we go to the people with obvious broken limbs.
Okay,
I
I'm
would
going
recommend-
to be immediately jumping over to the first stretcher, scanning them with the tricorder to see what's wrong.
Okay.
Same here. Only I'm gonna head to the second one.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do because they're going to be different things. Let me double check my people here.
How much
Nurse,
do we have, by the way?
hold on, Nurse Evans. Pick a number either 9 or 6.
Do you mean
Wait,
Nurse
is this for the
Sullivan?
nurse or me?
For the nurse, because I think the nurses should be heading this up because they're checking technically the chief. I'm going to let the nurse pick either number 9 or number 6. This is just so I know who you're scanning.
I'm gonna scan 6.
Okay. All right, and then the EMH is going to scan number 9, right? I got all that right. Okay. Let me just write all this down. So so for you guys that are scanning the patients, it is going to be Reason and Medicine difficulty 1. And then I don't know what Lieutenant Evans is doing.
He's also going to be scanning He's also going to be scanning a complication range 1 task. I am going to be using a focus, which gives me an extra die if I recall. So task roll 3. That work?
You're spending a what? Sorry.
I'm going to be using my emergency medicine focus.
Okay.
That doesn't give you extra dice, it just gives you a focus used.
Correct.
Basically, it increases your crit range.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just remembered something. As the chief medical officer, Ensign Sullivan does have the advantage of like the medical staff.
Right. You
Do we
just
get
got
that simulation?
you just got to let me know what that does.
I mean, it's you could like leverage that to get rid of the the time that it takes during the interval, like how it takes 2 intervals to do it. You could argue that the extra people that you have as like medical personnel are letting you cut that time.
You know what? Yeah, that works. We have a doctor with us. He can also work alongside.
Yeah. So basically, it just creates an advantage, right? Is what it does.
It's
Okay.
an advantage that you have
Alright.
whenever the medical CMO is on the ship.
Okay. So basically, for the scene, they can use the medical personnel to create 1 advantage, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Cool.
in this case, it's to get rid of that nasty 2 intervals problem.
All right. I'm okay with that.
I think that fits thematically.
Okay, so I would just need nurse to run the task. The EMH I already sent you your information on the patient.
Task roll 2 focus used.
Yes. Cool.
Nice.
You do bank a momentum for that.
Nice.
What's our current momentum?
1.
1 now because you got it for us.
All right, that's the information on that one. The EMH has the information on the other one. Lieutenant Evans, what are you doing?
I would be scanning, I believe, the person who's the worst and is not being cared for at the moment.
Okay, so
Basically the third worst.
all right, so from your advantage, there's a guy that cannot put weight on his leg, or a person who is kind of holding their shoulder.
My leg.
Hmm. So he cannot. So there's a person who cannot stand on one leg.
Like as you're looking at him, like he's not putting weight on one of his legs.
Does the guy who's like holding his shoulder, does it look like it's been burned or anything, or either of them actually?
Like you know, like how someone, if they like messed up their shoulder, how they like it with one of their arms to keep the weight off of it. That's how it looks.
I might go for the shoulder patient.
Okay, reason and medicine difficulty 1.
Oh, it's easier than I thought. Okay.
This is just to diagnose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just to diagnose.
Okay. I have a roughly 50% chance on each dice.
Oof.
And I rolled 3. How did that happen? I had 2 selected.
You might have to double click on 2.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
I've
I'll
selected
just
before.
yeah, it's fine. I'll just drop the last one and I'll take the roll.
I forget. Does the Kismet assist with this kind of stuff?
No, because they're using tricorders.
Oh, okay.
Plus this one's diagnosis.
Yeah.
They're using the med bay, like medical beds. The Kismet should assist, I think, but
Oh, okay.
for tricorders doesn't make sense.
Okay, so all of you have your information first, patients. So then you guys can figure out where you want to proceed after that.
Yeah, who should go first?
Okay, the one I examined currently has internal bleeding. Right now, our best doctor. What about yours?
Mine's lost all brain activity.
Okay.
Oh!
I am glad I don't have that patient.
Oh shit.
He's dead. There's.
Yep.
We have a.
he's dead,
Still have
Jim.
like a pulse?
Do we still have pulse?
You could ask the question for momentum.
Okay, yeah, I'll ask the question for momentum. Does he still have pulse?
He does.
Hey.
He still shows life signs. It's just his brain function is not registering.
Well, there are things you can do for that in Star Trek.
Cortical stimulators.
Cortical stimulators.
Yep.
The most used
Would you
medical
for-
instrument on Voyager.
Yep, I'd be young for the cortical stimulators. Stat.
Okay. So the EMH figures that, you can use the corticostimulators mixed in with some other treatment therapies, maybe some minor surgery to try to get the brain activity back going. If you wanted to do this task right away, this one is going to be difficulty 5.
Okay. Well, hang on. Who actually has better? What's the task going to be?
That's either control or reason and medicine, I would say.
Hang on.
I've got a 10 in control and 4 medicine.
Actually, Karen's reason medicine is actually better.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ship this one over to Karen.
Okay.
And you
Giving
can
me-
assist EMH.
Yep, and I would be assisting.
I still get a focus for this, so
And this one, just to let you guys know, is going to be double task because you are not diagnosing, you are treating at this point.
Might want to spend your determination.
Yep, I'm going to spend a determination.
So,
He's a support character.
yeah, so only
And
So
that-
only the person doing the main task can spend determination for extra dice.
And I think if you can save someone, do it is a pretty good.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. If I can save someone, do it.
I would agree.
determination has been spent. That means that.
Oh, what would the ship's role be?
Probably science medicine, or not science.
That's-
Computers medicine. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
I'll take that role. I'll take care of that.
Okay, and what would I roll for assisting?
You would roll say whatever's higher your control or reason and your medicine, but only a task roll of 1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Kismet has really good computers medicine.
Well, first of all, we need to wait for Sullivan to roll, or they could mean nothing.
Right.
Well, technically,
Technically, they have 2 successes right now,
Oh wow.
and that would actually make it 7 successes.
Is that a record?
I think it's
No, I'm
I think
pretty
it's
sure-
close.
I think I've seen someone do a double crit before in here. I don't remember who though.
That was. Oof.
All right, so so you guys bank 2 momentum from that, and then with the EMH working with Nurse Sullivan, you guys are able to cortical stimulators combined with some other expert medical techniques, fill in whatever you guys want, and you get them to the point where their brain starts to show activity, and it looks like they are out of danger.
Okay, internal bleeding. The guy with internal bleeding next.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, let's
Hold
go
on,
to-
we got to go back to Evans.
He's been twiddling his thumbs.
I have a dislocated shoulder over here. I
Well-
might not be good enough to take care of the internal bleeding, though.
maybe do something that will not
What-
necessarily
like-
stabilize him, but keep his condition from worsening long enough for Sullivan and the EMH to get to him.
Or scan
Okay, I
another
see what you're saying.
person.
For the person with internal bleeding.
Yeah, so just
Right,
kind of
or
prevent
scanning
it from
another
getting
person.
worse, basically.
That could also work.
Because remember, you still got a lot of people to try to get scanned and
Mhm.
also get them stabilized, and you don't know what the rest of the people have.
True.
Right. It's like dislocated
It's-
shoulder, low priority. Moving
yeah,
on.
Yeah, it's really not that.
No, practically
So-
no priority at this.
What was that?
It's practically no priority at this point. We can deal with a dislocated shoulder anytime we want. Right now, we have a person bleeding on the table. That
Mhm.
I think.
Right. The question is, where do you allocate your resources?
Yes,
Yeah.
and that being said, my reason medicine is an 11. So,
You should just out of character here. My opinion is that you should probably scan more patients.
Yeah.
that was my thought. Just kind of.
Do the triage work so that the medical professionals can do the treating people work.
Would you like me to continue scanning the patients, Sullivan?
Do so.
Will do. And I move on to now, I guess. It sound like the guy with the leg
Leg.
was the next worst person.
All right, reason medicine difficulty 1.
Okay, I think it's on 2 now. What?
You gotta double click it, but you do bank the momentum. I'm just ignoring the third dice until it
Okay.
fixes itself. But yeah, just make sure you double click the 2, because sometimes it's
Yeah,
weird.
sometimes it
Okay.
doesn't recognize it.
Oh, this one has a broken leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then because Evans is technically 1 behind, I think he could probably go again.
Okay, so I now have 8 time periods left because these were both one each.
Yes.
Okay. So who is now the next worst looking person?
So everyone else just looks to have, cuts, burns, maybe some bruising, pretty much stuff like that. So the numbers I have are 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Just pick one and we'll scan him.
I heard 1. I'll go for that.
Okay. So it's the same roll.
All right. Okay. I'm not sure what the problem is.
All right. You still.
We can
Still
just
passed.
ignore the third die.
Yeah. You still
I
pass.
clicked task roll 2 more times than I can count.
Can I just give me a moment? I'm gonna check your sheet, Evans.
Okay. Oh, the stress is how I'm keeping track of the time, by the way, if you're wondering.
Cool.
Let me.
All right.
I'm gonna try rolling your sheet just to check. Huh. Yeah, no, it's absolutely set to 2.
How very odd.
Maybe try
That is-
re-logging into Roll20.
That's odd.
Or I could try shutting off the reopening.
Yeah, try that.
How
So,
very odd.
Grennan, have you closed out your copy of the sheet on my sheet?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I'll reopen mine now.
Weird. I don't even know what to say about that. Anyway,
We'll
moving
just
on.
ignore the third die roll.
Yeah,
Well,
moving
this one has
on.
minor cuts and burns, by the way.
Okay.
Moving on, we'll move back to Nurse Sullivan /
Right now, person bleeding on the table is top priority.
Well, actually,
100%.
he's not bleeding on the table. It's internal.
Oh, if it's internal, that's where all the blood should be. Everything's fine.
The tone of that was basically shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry if it was like that. That was more. I think I was quoting something.
No,
It was
you are.
hilarious either way.
It was
Yeah.
perfect.
I personally thought it was playful banter.
Yep.
Got it. I got it. It's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Do you want me to assist with the bleeder also?
There it is.
Yes, doctor. This is priority number 1. This is probably going to require opening him up. I don't have my surgical license. You're probably going to have to be the one to do most of this, doctor. The best I can do is try to figure out where he's actually bleeding.
Okay, let's get him up onto one of the surgery beds.
All right, so this one is going to be, what did I say? Reason or control medicine?
I don't know.
Uh,
Sullivan still has the better score for it.
difficulty 3. I agree with the statement though. He can't do surgery
Oh, she can't.
because of the nurse thing.
Right.
Like I fully agree with that. I fully agree that it's probably an assist.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So-
spend one of those momentum you got to buy an extra die.
What's the what's it called? I forget what it's called. Target number.
3.
Difficulty is 3.
I thought we were gonna have Modak. I thought we were
Right.
gonna have the EMH roll a third die.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Crap.
Premature rolling.
Yeah, I actually had 3 clicked. Let me try it again.
And
Well-
we are both using focuses, I
Roll
believe.
only 1 die. Roll only
Yep.
1 die because you already rolled 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now.
The one time we needed
Great.
the third dice roll, and I'm not the one again.
All right, so we just need the nurse and we just need the ship.
Oh, what's the ship rolling?
Computers and medicine, I believe.
Right, because they're using a biobed.
Right.
Reason medicine or control medicine?
Whichever is higher.
Which is your reason medicine?
Okay. We hit 3.
Oh no.
Good complication.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
You killed him.
He springs another
Well, they
week.
succeeded.
Yeah, they succeeded in the test. It's just now there's a complication with the surgery, which I think I'm actually going to make.
Oh no.
So you guys find the source of the bleeding. However, the bleeding is coming from a torn. What the fuck is it called? Basically, there's a tear in the heart, and it's causing all the bleeding.
Oh
So,
no!
so the surgery is going to be a lot more complex than you originally thought. But that is your task for this round. So he's not out of the woods yet.
Doctor, can we activate 2 of you?
Actually, that is a good question.
No, you can't.
The answer is no.
All right, so we're actually going to head back to Evans.
Oh.
And again, Evans is probably going to go twice to catch up unless he does an actual heal people task.
I mean, I think that he should just be.
Well, like the only person so far, like I'd be the only 2 I could, and they're both like non-priority. We have a minor cut and burn, and then we have a dislocated shoulder.
Is that everyone?
Oh,
Uh,
No, I have
broken
not
legs.
finished.
So there's-
that's
so-
probably the most important task.
So you guys have successfully scanned and diagnosed 5 people
Out of 10.
out of 10, correct?
Right, and like some of them might have radiation burns or internal things
Yeah,
or concussion, things that aren't visible.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep scanning. Yeah, because I might find an invisible problem.
All right, so the numbers that are left are 3, 4, 5, 7, 8.
3.
All right, same roll, reason med, diff 1.
Oh, what?
Oh man. Okay, so I got a complication.
I'm actually going to bank the threat this time because I
Thank
think I
God.
want it later.
Man, you've been using these complications a lot this session.
I know, it's awesome. I'm having fun with this one.
See, the
Oh, what
difference
happens
is,
if I do a task roll?
I'm giving him threat, you're giving him complications. There's a difference.
Here we got more minor cuts and burns.
Correct. And then, so since that was only number 3? Is that the third one? No, that was 4. That was 4.
That
Okay,
was the 4th person I've checked out.
right. So to catch you back up, you could probably go one more. We have 4, 5, 7, 8 left.
Okay, I'm gonna go for number 4.
All right, same roll.
I'm gonna try doing a task roll 1 and see if it reduces it to 2. Oh.
Okay.
So just roll 1 again. Okay,
Okay.
cool. The information is the same.
Okay.
Just
wow,
so,
it's a lot
just
of-
yeah,
minor
just so I don't have to
cuts and
send it again. All right, so then we'll head back to the doctors. So now with that complication, to repair this, I think it is going to be reason or control and medicine. We're going to call it difficulty 4. I'm going to spend 2 threat to make the complication range on all of the rolls 2.
God. Okay, let's do this. Do we have any momentum?
I have you at 3.
Okay. To complete surgery.
Alright. Don't forget to set your complication ranges.
Okay, what's the complication range?
2.
Currently 2.
2?
And I'd spend a momentum to buy a 3rd die, EMH.
Yeah, would I be able to spend 3 to get 2?
Yes, you would.
So how much momentum do we have?
I have you at 3. If
And
he
so yeah, I'd actually spend all 3 to get that
okay,
to roll 4 dice.
Yep.
Wait, does the image have any
What?
Wow.
Wow. Really?
all right. So we have the nurse and the. This one needs to be a crit.
Can I buy momentum to?
No.
Nope.
We don't have momentum
This
anymore.
is it.
And it's an assist too.
The suspense.
Kill him. Kill him.
The suspense. It's killing him.
Nope, he died.
So as you guys are trying to frantically repair the holes in his heart, the blood loss is too much for his body to take, and the computer reads flatline.
Damn.
Karen just sort of drops whatever tool she's holding, takes a very deep breath in, and you can actually start seeing tears welling up in her eyes. She goes, "Okay, we're gonna be fine." And she goes, "Is there anyone else?" And she says pretty openly and like her voice quivering, "Is there anyone else who needs surgery at the moment?" Evans, is there anyone who, or should we get back to scanning?
The worst case we have currently is a broken leg.
Okay. Doctor, I think you can handle that one. We know how to we know how to handle those. I'm going to scan.
I'm going to try to save this patient.
What?
The patient's dead.
There's a difference
Not for long.
between flatlined and dead. And that's usually about, like, what was it? Like, I think you could do, what was it, like 2 minutes in Star Trek? Like, literally enough to put in a cyber heart, or cybernetic heart?
No, I
That's
think
kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard to do when someone's dead, and we don't have the current skip. When Picard had to get his cybernetic heart replaced, they had to go to a completely separate medical facility where everyone was wearing like weird.
Do you have a defibrillator?
No, this guy's dead.
Do we
He's
have
dead from
okay.
blood loss, not from
Like
heart
like
failure.
like his aorta tore. Like,
He's done.
yeah.
It's done. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought there was still a chance to throw a cyber heart.
Nope, for plot purposes, he is dead.
All right, so we're actually going to head back to Evans because he is the one that needs to go twice to catch up. Evans, we have 5, 7, 8 left.
5.
All right, same roll.
Hey, it only rolled 2.
Did you get it though? Oh, you actually
Well, it
banked
was
2
2 out of
momentum.
1, so I think so.
Yep, you banked 2 momentum. Let me give you the info. Bam.
Okay, so what I had to do was go down to 1 and then back to 2.
How very odd. All right, and then we have 7, 8 left.
7.
All right, same one.
This one has concussions and head abrasions.
Penobration?
Yes, he has abrasions on his head.
Oh,
Like cuts. Like in the head, where he probably hit like a console or something.
This fellow has a common cold.
hey, now
We eradicated that 200 years ago. What?
we
Well,
know
like-
how
So,
we
so
know how
it,
things spread on this ship. We know what happens when those get on board.
so it's
No,
it
I like
wouldn't
to think it's-
probably
It's
It
common
wouldn't-
cold. It's a simulation. It could be whatever the hell it
like
wants.
like it would be like the common whatever the common pick a race flu. You know, Tarkadian flu, Tarkadian cold, whatever. It's that.
No, I just love the idea this guy has the common cold. It's just like, how?
But you know, like a common sickness. Like that's what he has.
What was the next one? Polio?
All right, so now everyone's caught up. We are on interval 8 currently.
Oh boy.
So you guys really only have 2 more tasks to do or to go to get everyone stabilized. And you have 1 more person to scan.
I'd say just have Evans do that.
Evans and scan. We can take care of the broken leg and concussion person. Everyone else, right now they're essentially.
Yeah.
Right now they're what? I didn't quite hear that last word.
Right now, essentially, people with burns. Hang on. Who do we have left that actually needs like real surgery? Like,
So we've got the broken leg, who I believe the doctor's working on. A dislocated shoulder. 2 cases with minor cuts and burns. We have someone with a concussion. And we got that dude with the cold.
Okay.
And
Hudson
one
Bird-
more that we don't know.
Correct.
Okay. Evans, get scanning on that last one. Cuts and burns people. I'm gonna redirect them. Do you guys know how to apply? Do you guys know how to apply your own bandages?
It'd be a dermal regenerator.
Yeah.
You know how to use a dermal regenerator?
Well, you probably could have your staff doing that, like
yeah, you got your
yeah.
staff taking care
Yeah.
of
the minor stuff. All right, so what I
say we
got
have Evans
is
go first.
so I got the Evans working on the last guy to scan. I have the EMH working on.
Well, I say have Evans go first in case this last scan
Okay.
turns up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's something important.
All right. Roll.
Complete
it
organ
again.
failure.
He's got Kirk syndrome.
He's dead, Jim.
Wait, Kirk syndrome? You mean his shirt is ripped?
His pants are down.
Well, you didn't see the Robot Chicken episode where he had space herpes?
Oh yeah. Okay,
Wait,
so
what?
so Evans, what do you got?
We have another case of concussions and a couple on his head.
Okay.
Okay, so Evans is technically at task 9, so he could do one more task. The EMH and Nurse Sullivan have technically 2 more tasks.
Okay. I can take concussion person. Doctor, you can take. Well, concussions, you might have to stay. He's gonna have to stay overnight.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, I'm just gonna redirect him. Lie down on the bed. We'll get.
Yeah, have
Try
Evans
not
look
to
at him. Have Evans look at him. Keep them.
I might be able to work with the dislocated shoulder, especially because it'll probably use daring.
Ooh, daring medicine to relocate their shoulder.
Yeah.
If you wanna
That
go.
one, that is feasible for me, I think.
Oh, I love it.
You know what? That sounds like an idea. A good one? I'm not sure.
But it's an idea. Oh, I love that.
There are no bad ideas, just bad executions of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who is next then?
I'd say just
Okay.
do Evans to get it out of the way.
Okay.
Well, it has to be the EMH or the nurse because Evans is technically ahead.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and take care of the leg.
Okay, this one is going to be control or reason medicine difficulty 2.
Okay, go back to 1, over to 2, so that I'm not rolling God knows how many dice. And
And that, my friend, is a bad execution.
yep.
And the EMH pretty much says your leg's not broken.
I mean, at least I didn't complicate it. Cause the bone to start jutting out.
Oh, it's not broken. Test it with a reflex hammer.
Now,
So nurse.
Okay. Concussion person, lie down on the bed. Make sure you don't fall asleep.
Okay. Is that what you're doing?
The thing about concussions is that you're not gonna go to open brain surgery, but you also have to be careful around them.
Would a cortical stimulator be at all appropriate for they don't fall asleep?
I would not trust a cortical stimulator on a person, especially one with a concussion. That could cause damage.
I mean, not if you have it at a really low setting.
maybe.
And you could program the inhibitor to avoid stimulating the damaged regions of the brain.
The easier and probably the Starfleet way to handle a concussion is a hypospray.
Yeah, say, yeah, just
Oh yeah,
Hypospray. I forgot the magic solution.
I forgot about the panacea.
Because I believe the Doctor on Voyager uses hyperspace to treat concussions quite
Everything.
frequently.
give him 20 cc.
Oh.
Give him 20 cc's of placebium.
No, I think it's cortisol. Sounds vaguely scientific.
Well, corda as in
Mm-hmm.
cortical.
Okay. So I'm gonna fill a hypospray with the magical concussion cure.
Okay. Control medicine difficulty 0.
Well, okay. Should have had you do that first.
Complication range is still 2?
1.
Yeah, no, that complication range went down a while ago. Oh wow.
Wow.
We'll just max out
Let me roll
your.
for everything.
Wait, you can spend momentum to bring down your time.
Yeah.
They could.
But we're out of momentum.
You're at 6
No, we're at
momentum.
6.
You just got
Yeah.
maxed.
Because she just rolled like a
Well,
god.
Okay,
And I had
technically,
some good rolls before
all
that.
right, technically they're at 7 right now.
So
Mhm.
yeah, you're gonna have to spend that momentum. So I'd say
Yeah, I'm gonna.
spend...
In that case, I'll spend momentum to make sure to bring the interval time down to like 0.
So what is that? It's 2 momentum to bring it down to 1, or is it just 1 for 1?
I think it's 1. I could be wrong though.
I wanted to say
Maybe-
it was 2. Ceres mission has it. What
And then I
is
believe
it?
there's another guy with a concussion. Or as we call them in the business, momentum machine.
Yeah.
Okay. Can be reduced to 1 by spending 2 momentum.
Yep, there you go.
So that brings us down to 5.
So that
Yep.
brings you down to 5.
And then, so Nurse Sullivan would be at going on 9. Evans is going on 9, and the EMH is going on 10.
Well,
So-
if I was only doing 1 per thing, and I brought the time interval down by
Right.
Have the EMH work on the last concussion person.
I mean, maybe you go to the leg.
You do the leg, and you can spend momentum and cautious medicine.
Yeah, the EMH is like, this man's leg isn't broken. You're like, yes, it is.
Do you not see how it's bent?
I think the EMH had a glitch.
But his leg is supposed to bend that way, according to Starfleet Medical.
Just go and take care of the concussion. 2 cc's of cortisol.
So is that what we're doing?
Yep.
All right, Doc. What did I say? Control medicine difficulty 0.
Yep.
Oh, BS.
That. There have been too many complications this episode. Something is wrong with roll 20.
Can he spend a momentum to ignore that complication?
I believe it's 2, but I'm sure.
Well, but he gained a momentum off
Yeah.
that roll.
Yep.
Yeah. So you go the 4 and you can ignore it. Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to use that momentum to wipe the other momentum, to wipe the complication.
Cool.
So we're down to
So you,
4.
yep. So you guys are at 4. And then, so the doctor is done. It's just the nurse and Evans.
Okay. All the people with burns and cuts, they're going to be okay. They just need to go to the serum regenerators. That should be pretty much all of them. I think all we have left is broken leg guy.
Yeah.
And the shoulder, but I am not qualified for the leg.
All right, so which one do we want to do first?
Leg.
Okay. Reason
How
or
do-
control, medicine, difficulty 2.
I'd spend a third. I'd spend a momentum, and you can use your cautious medicine.
Definitely.
Hey.
And you got it
Definitely that
back.
one.
And I believe I could probably let the ship assist.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would imagine they're still in some type of medical bed, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So we have one extra momentum that we have to spend somehow.
Well, I got you at, so that was difficulty 2. So you guys are at 6 right now.
Yeah. Okay. So
Because they spent 1, brought them down to 3,
Right.
and then they gained. Actually, you're at 5. I lied.
Yeah, we're 5 right now.
So I think for Evans, I'd spend 3 momentum on this.
We don't even know what the role is yet.
What is the
Yeah.
roll?
Jeez.
find out the
Okay, so just so I'm clear, what is happening? Lieutenant Evans is just going to pop the shoulder back in the place using his daring, correct?
Daring medicine.
Yeah.
All right, I will allow it.
It's
Okay.
not comfortable.
Well,
I'm going to spend 2 threat to increase the complication range. Just because, you know, he likes to shoot people, not fix them.
Mhm.
And the
more
difficulty
likely
is,
I like to punch them.
so the difficulty is going to be 1, the complication range is 2.
Okay, so difficulty 1, complication of 2.
Right.
So probably don't buy anything.
So on a complication, I'll just tell you what happened. It's going to cause more damage.
Ooh.
So on a complication, that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
So yeah, I just rolled the 2 dice.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so I walk up to him. Ignore the color of my shirt.
Nice.
And the guy just screams out in pain as you further dislocate the shoulder.
Wait, no.
Evan,
hang on. Hang
Stop
on.
doing things. That's in character, by the way.
You could use
Shut
your
off
determination
EMH
to
for-
re-roll that.
Oh wait. Oh,
Measure
wait, so-
twice, cut once.
Oh yeah, I could.
Do it.
I could use determination. Okay, I think I'll do that.
Yeah.
And that's 1 dice. I guess. Correct?
No, you.
Nope, you're re-rolling.
Oh, okay, cool. The odds of this happening twice are slim.
Complication.
Stop it, Ben.
What? No!
So
Proposal to
so
ban.
here's the series of events. Lieutenant Evans tries to pop the shoulder back into place. The patient screams out loudly in pain. He says, "Oh, stop being a baby." He tries to pop it back the other way to fix it. And because of that motion, the shoulder blade is now sticking out of the shoulder through the skin.
What did you do?
Wow.
I'm
And,
pretty sure it's just Evans, get out of sickbay.
and that, ladies and gentlemen, ends that scenario as the holodeck goes back to the black and yellow grid.
I swear I'm not working
And-
for Ed.
Okay,
And Lieutenant Pierce just kind of
to look
reads
around.
more stuff in his data pad and just looks back up at you guys.
Okay, yeah, the EMH is. Sorry, by the way. Yeah, the EMH is going to look around and say, what's going on? Before phasing out of existence.
Okay.
That was perfect.
And with that, I think we should take a bit of a break.
Yeah, Evans, I think for your next job, gonna give you something that doesn't involve delicate medical situations.
So what you're saying is something where I'm supposed to inflict pain.
I think so.
I'm sorry, that was perfect.
Yes, but voting to ban Penn from talking during important roles.
I swear I'm not working for Ed.
Ugh.
So you say.
So in that case, I think next we're gonna deal with the boarding party.
Cool.
That's gonna be I said Varro, Evans, and one other. I think I said.
Yeah, it was me.
Penn.
And Pend.
Good luck with that.
Turn your GM magic over to our side now, Penn.
Get shot, Penn.
Computer, activate Starfleet Readiness Program number 3. And again, you guys are taken to the bridge.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
I should probably reset my stress. That was my time counter.
Wow, that was. Damn it, Evans.
All right, so before we start this one, I have you guys at 5 threat. You only spent 1 crew support, and then I have 10 threat remaining.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And that was
threat.
And that was with me using a lot of it. So
We've just been rolling like nothing but complications tonight.
Right.
I think Pend gave me 9 threat.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There was a
You would
lot
be down
of...
to 1 if it wasn't for Penn, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
No,
If it
let's
wasn't for
finish.
Penn, we wouldn't have so much threat.
How many complications have you guys rolled? Don't just blame this on me.
He's used most of those complications though, and then bolstered their effects by spending threat.
Sure did.
If you look at most of these complications, they are 20s.
Yeah.
That's got nothing to do with me. These are natural 20s.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Him having all that threat because of you was because of choices you made, as opposed to where it's just luck of the die roll.
Hey, don't blame me because you guys suck.
I've only gotten 2 complications. I looked in the logs.
All right. Anyway, so you guys are on the bridge. Whenever you're ready, we can start the program.
Do we want rifles, or we're just sticking with phases?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was actually debating that myself.
Because if we're being boarded, it's a full-on fight.
Right.
Do you want me there for boarding? I mean, I don't really know how to shoot. I probably know how to shoot a rifle, you know, any hand is a good one. Right?
We'd have like a phaser type 1, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could shoot him with a key fob.
I've been in combat before and I'm right out.
Yeah, sometimes I think you just need to start the program.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm good to go.
Okay, cool. So, Commander Pierce says computer start program, and you guys are on the bridge. And as you guys are, you know, at your stations or whatever, a red alert is triggered. And we'll send this to, I believe the person that's going to get this is you.
Sensors have just picked up 3 armed intruders moving towards cargo bay.
All right, Lieutenant. With me.
Alright, following you.
You do know I'm with you as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Varro, this would be a good time to use your Grankite Order of Tactics.
I mean, heading down there, not right now. However, actually, let me think. Can I use that to get us phaser rifles on the way down?
What does
Creating
it do?
an advantage. The Grand Cadre Order of Tactics allows you to create an advantage twice.
Okay, I will allow. So it creates 2 advantages, right?
So
Right, but they're
probably to
identical.
it would probably be to get 2 phaser rifles.
Yeah. No, that's
Right.
that's how I was thinking of using it. So yes, I will allow you to get 2 free phaser rifles.
Okay. Woohoo! Escalation weapons. Okay.
I mean,
Evans?
so probably Evans
Yes.
and
Maybe the
Bars
guy
and
with a
probably-
16.
Yeah, I'm actually going to give the other one to Pend.
oh wow. I
Pen-
forgot,
Do you
Evans
have
with
a
me.
better control security than I do?
I forgot that Pend was totally BS when it came to security as well.
Yep.
Well, that's what he put out stats in con security.
No, the captain didn't assign you to.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I assigned Sullivan to it. It's just Varro, Pend, and Evan.
How do I add
So, yeah.
a phaser rifle?
What was that?
Where do I put a phaser rifle on my sheet?
Yeah.
Under weapons.
Yeah.
I think for now we can just have him roll the challenge dice for it.
Or
Well, it
just.
also has accurate. The phaser
I
rifle.
mean, you could just create another weapon. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
easy
what
to
I'm gonna
do.
now.
And then just whatever. Where's the weapon page?
Page 193.
Okay, yeah. So whatever the challenge dice is in for the weapons, just put that in there. So that would be 4. You just put the number 4 in that little box.
Okay, and it's just accurate.
It's got charge and accurate.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'd suggest instead of aiming, I'd suggest charging.
Because accurate essentially gives you aim,
Sweet.
I believe.
Let's see what accurate does since I'm bottom of the page.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing what it did, but.
Okay, so if you perform the A minor action, then any number of d20s may be re-rolled instead of the normal benefits.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's
Then
Okay.
I would.
Then, yes, definitely aim.
Aim all the way.
Okay, so you guys have gone just outside the doors of the cargo bay after collecting the weapons along the way. And you guys kind of hear loud banging as it kind of sounds like people are kind of throwing stuff about the cargo bay.
I hold up like a fist, and then 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, and as that happens, so who's on which side of the door?
And who's taking point?
Right.
I should probably take point due to quick to action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got Evans and I flanking the door, and Penn leading.
Okay, so as you guys do that, Penn kind of shoots through the middle of the door. The other guys are kind of to either side of him. And as you guys look into the cargo bay, you kind of see, kind of off to either side of the cargo bays, in the pile, people kind of there's 2 people kind of throwing, like the crates around looking for. You can only assume valuables, and there's kind of a guy that's in the middle with his back turned to you, kind of facing them, or like kind of looking at them, kind of standing guard, kind of not, but his back is turned to you.
What do they look like?
We'll call him Nausicaan.
Okay.
My word, that's actually what I was imagining.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was like, people throwing boxes around in a cargo bay. These are Noskins, aren't they?
But and just to make sure, Noskins are the ones that kind of look like predators, right?
Yeah.
If that's the case, I would like to aim and shoot someone in the back.
All right. So we'll call from your vantage point, we'll have a guy to the left, guy to the right, and the guy in the middle is the one with the back turn. So just let me know left, right, center.
I'll take center.
Okay.
So
it's just daring, security.
no, control security.
Yeah, control security.
Okay, so it's the
And-
same roll.
And
Right.
I'd maybe spend a momentum.
Okay, for 3 dice. Could I use my combat maneuvers or composure as a focus?
Probably not.
Yeah, I can't see combat maneuvers because you're not flying,
No, that's
and
fine.
composure. I think you guys have the advantage, so you're not really
Yeah.
stressed.
No problem.
Reroll that comp.
Yes, because I'm.
Aiming.
It's free.
There we go.
All right, so you get the
that-
momentum
that
back.
momentum
Please roll damage. Six.
Do we want to spend to increase the damage?
Well, it depends on whether or not these things have any resistance.
Do
Oh,
they
I
look
forgot
like they're
that.
wearing armor?
Yes, they do.
So I'd spend a momentum to.
So after resistance, he is going to take 5.
Sweet. So yeah, are we spending one to put that up to 6 damage?
All right, so you're
No.
spending 1 to keep it 6.
No,
No? Oh, okay. Just
because you
making-
did 6 damage, -1 resistance, 5 damage is still an injury.
Oh, okay. It's only one resistance. Got it. Then we don't need to spend momentum.
Okay. Then I'll use my quick to action and give it to the commander.
All right. And just a quick question. I don't want to retcon anything here, but opportunity 1 means you need to spend 1 momentum to get the thing, right?
Opportunity cost, I believe, is has to do with the talent to get equipment.
Oh, there's a talent.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it has to do with the talent. The
Okay.
escalation is the amount of threat you need to spend to use the weapon.
Oh shoot!
Got
So
it.
we did give you a threat there, didn't we?
You gave me 2 threat.
There's a downside to.
Oh wait, no. So the advantage was you ignored the escalation cost
Right,
okay.
for
Two
two
free.
for the 2 rifles,
Mhm.
and the commander's just using his phaser.
Oh wow, that Grankite order of tactics is useful.
Yeah, it is. You have to think about ways to use it, but it's really useful when you get a good one. Okay.
All right, so we'll
then
go to the
I'm-
commander.
Aim and fire at the second Noskin.
So left, right, center.
Right.
Okay.
I'm on the right hand side of the door.
Okay, cool.
Spending 1 momentum. Get a 3rd die. I have us at 4 momentum. Is that correct? After spend.
Correct.
And I have focus and hand phasers. Control security.
All right, you got 2 back. Please roll damage. So he'll be at
And-
3 at the end of this. Or so far he is at 3 damage.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'd spend 2 momentum.
Yeah, I'm spending those 2 momentum to
Okay.
bonus damage.
And that one falls to the ground, stunned. And now it will
Alright.
go to them unless you spend.
I would like to hold on.
Well, its first round is free, but I don't think we can keep it more than once, right? I think it has to go to them.
Oh, does it?
Oh yeah, because
That sounds-
mine is just for the
Yeah, like his for the first round, but can you spend momentum after that to keep it for a second time during a round?
Yeah, I don't think you can
Not
keep
sure.
it twice.
Okay, then it passes.
Okay. So the guy that was in the center that Penn shot in the back just kind of says, "Ah, God!" You know, like curses and Nausicaa, turns around and tries to shoot straight at you guys.
Wait, the one that was shot in the back?
Correct.
He probably spent 2 avoid.
Oh. Damn it.
And he just turns around, shoots wildly, and the beam seems to be heading in the direction of Varro. I'm going to spend 3 threat to buy 2 dice.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Ow.
I think it hit you.
I think
3,
that
4,
hit
5,
ya.
6. So that is 6.
And you can't spend a determination to avoid.
Because I don't have one. Yeah, I go down.
So does Vicious make the
So-
Starfleet logos do 2 damage instead of 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And then it will pass to Evans.
So is the guy on the left close enough that I'd be able to run to him in the first round?
Yeah. I mean, it's a small cargo bay. Like,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, I'm definitely running. I'm running him. Okay.
Gonna palm punch him?
Oh, yeah, the
I was just
vaunted
gonna punch him in the
Starfleet
face.
palm punch.
Palm punch.
Palm punch.
Palm punch.
Alright.
They would never make a fist in Starfleet.
Unless it's the double volleyball fist.
Oh yeah, there's that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I'm going for the palm punch.
double volleyball fist.
Right,
Oh,
and
It's always
then-
on the back of the neck.
and this is
hold on, wait.
opposed.
Would either of those have been? Would my focus help? Because I was supposed to do my focus. Nope.
No.
It's okay. I
And-
think you succeeded anyway.
Yep, you won. So roll your unarmed strike damage.
Mean right hook.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with mean right hook.
What does that one do?
It's basically vicious for unarmed strikes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you knock him out in
So
one
that's
punch.
6, right?
1 palm punch.
Yeah.
So one
Oh,
palm
no,
punch takes
no.
down.
No, you totally have to have hit him with the butt of your rifle.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Wait, I have a rifle? I thought I had a phaser. And then Varro and Penn got the rifles.
No,
I
he
gave
gave
the
it
two
to
lieutenants
you,
the
and
rifles.
yeah,
Oh.
doesn't matter. You ran up and hit him with your rifle, straight in the face, and he falls down.
And as I go down, I'm like, that's not how you're supposed to use a rifle.
So I believe it will pass to them. That guy is going to now take aim at Lieutenant Penn. And I'm going to spend 1 threat to buy a dice, just because, why not? Get 1 back. Do weapon.
Ow.
That would be another 6.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to go down.
And then it will pass to Evans.
Okay, this is it, Evans.
So this is that guy in the middle who still hasn't gone down?
Correct.
Yeah, this is the question now is which do you want to do? Do you want to try and take him in a fight, or do you
No,
wanna...
here's what you should do. Spend momentum to get 2 additional minor actions, and then you can aim and charge your phaser rifle.
Ooh.
Oh, shoot him? That's so boring.
And then spend a third momentum to get another die.
Right.
Ooh. That sounds really good. Okay, so 3 momentum down. I get to aim, charge, and get 3 dice.
Right. Now you have
Alright,
to pick
so-
what charge you're using.
Yeah, you got to
It's
pick the
probably
charge.
vicious.
Probably what?
Probably vicious.
Is
Yeah,
that something
yeah.
you can do with charge?
So you could do area, intense, piercing 2, vicious 1.
What does piercing give me? That gives me
Ignores
that gives me armor pen, basically, right?
yeah, ignores resistance.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'd go
yeah, I
with
think vicious is better because you only got 1 armor.
And all intense does is avoid the cost
okay,
of
and reroll
increases
that
the cost of injury.
So does that hit?
I didn't see the roll.
It was a 1, 1, and a 0.
And you can
It-
re-roll that 0.
Yeah, since you aimed, you get to re-roll the 0.
No. Here we go. I actually selected 1 that time.
Okay, you get a momentum back. That does hit. Roll your rifle damage.
How much is rifle damage?
That's 8 of challenge die
So just
for you.
so take your phaser. Just put a 4 in there for now, and then just change it back after you roll it. Put a 4 in there, hit enter, roll the dice, and then put it back to 3.
Oh, what? Okay.
5.
That's 5.
So with his resistance, it brings it to 4.
Hang on. I'd spend a momentum to re-roll those. Because you got 5 blanks, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd spend 1 more momentum and re-roll.
Yeah.
Oh!
I think that put
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, so that disintegrates him.
Wait, you have
Whoa.
the phaser on stun?
I was just trying to stun him.
Just
I
casual
thought you were just
murder.
very much asleep.
Okay, let's read the numbers. How much damage did you do? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. You dealt him 15 damage in 1 shot.
Wait, what? Whoa.
Well, it's
One shot.
10. It's 10. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's 10,
Right.
and then -1, so he did 9. But that's 2 injuries essentially.
Wait, 10? How are you getting 10?
So you,
Vicious.
yeah,
He re-rolled
he rerolled all of them.
rather than selectively,
Right.
Oh.
which, yeah.
Plus, I had already
Either-
shot him
either
for
way.
5.
Either way.
Either way, just damn.
So either way, he did 2 injuries to them on top of his other one. I'm pretty sure he died.
Yeah.
Even with non-lethal, I'm pretty sure 3 injuries kill him.
Yikes.
So he was disintegrated because of the vicious charge.
I can just see this, like, Evans runs over, hits the guy with the butt of the rifle, and then rolls into cover, aims, and disintegrates the other one.
Nice.
That's how I see it. And with that, the simulation ends.
Thank you for the cloak, Commander.
And I get back up. Ugh. Even simulated phaser fire is not pleasant.
Ooh. So, is that the end of that?
Correct.
Whew. Nice shot, Evans.
Oh, that was good. That went over a lot better than my medical care.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow, looks like Varro's training is paying off.
And here I thought that the points I spent in the medical or medicine would help me do first aid.
How cute. So, I turn to the lieutenant commander. What do you think?
It'll be in my report, Captain.
Will we be able to use reports at any point?
My reports go straight to the Admiral, so if she wishes to share them with you, then I'm sure she will be the one to give it to you.
Okay, and he lets out like an exasperated, okay. Well, looks like we only have one more to go. The pad. The counter hacking. Boy, that's something that I think we've had plenty of experience with. Varro, I know you just got out of that fight and everything, but think you're up for some counterintelligence?
Just this thin-lipped smile. Always, sir.
Do you need help with that, Commander Varro?
Yes. I mean, I believe that Layarka and Mondak were already assigned to this.
Yeah.
Gavin's adding me to it.
Let's have a bit of fun.
All right, computer, activate Starfleet Readiness Program 1. And you guys are taken to engineering. And as you guys are kind of make your way to various spots in engineering, he says you will attempt to stop an outside entity from actively trying to hack the main computer core and take control of the ship.
All right.
And okay, so if you guys are ready, computer start program. And so this will be Game Master talking. So for this one, essentially what you guys are going to be doing is you're going to be rolling a series of opposed checks against an outside opponent. The task rolls are going to be control, insight, reason, or reason with your security or engineering. There's also a difficulty component to this, as well as the opposed check.
Oh,
So you have to beat the difficulty and the opposed check when you guys roll.
Liarka has what's it? Liarka has what's it called? The
Electroplasma power systems.
No. You basically have what Sullivan has, but for engineering, where you have.
Yeah, I know my ship.
No. As
Oh,
the...
collaboration engineering?
Nope. What you have. Let me finish.
Nope.
As the engineering officer, remember how Sullivan had the medical support staff as an advantage because she's the CMO?
I'm not chief engineering officer, though.
But mechanically speaking, that's what you do.
Yes, because our current engineering officer is a buffoon.
So, the thing is, you have that talent, that you have that ability. You have an advantage called like engineering department that you can that you can leverage here.
All right, I push a button. Engineering for. I guess I don't know how this works. Like, this is the first time I think I've ever actually done something called engineering task go.
All right, so I think we'll just jump into it. So essentially what's going to happen is whoever's assigned to this task is going to try to stop someone from hacking the main computer. This is basically going to be an opposed check against that person. However, there's also a difficulty component to this as well. So not only do you have to beat their opposed check, you have to beat the difficulty as well.
All right.
So, there's going to be 3 types of rolls because they're trying to hack different things and you're trying to lock them out and counter them. So this is going to happen 3 times. The difficulty for the first one is 1. The difficulty for the second one is 2, and then the difficulty for the third one is 3, on top of whatever they roll for the opposed check. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And is there a set of time frames here as well?
No, it's just you trying to beat the guy in 3 rolls.
Okay, so we can assist each other.
Correct. That's why you guys get the difficulty component as well.
Right. Okay.
So they kind of level the playing field, and then I can use threat to buy more dice and yada yada yada. So yeah. So you guys get all the assist that engineering and the guys would give you, except you have to beat the difficulty and the opposed roll.
Right.
Okay. Just 1 second. Right now I'm trying to get I just had to pop my beta quadrant book. So that
that's right. He has talents.
Ah, yes. I'd suggest putting those into your character sheet and just dragging your talents bar so it's a lot bigger, because it makes referencing them a whole lot easier than having to pull open the books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I think in this. Oh no, that is right. That's I think this actually might be one of the instances where all fingers and thumbs actually is useful. It might be. Because this is actually one of those instances where typing faster is better.
Yep.
If I can just type fast enough.
90s hacking battle. Commence.
I have a video I'll show you guys after this that quite sums up that.
Oh, actually, yep. Let me see, all fingers and thumbs. When you succeed at a task using a computer console, you gain 1 bonus momentum. This bonus momentum can't be saved into the group pool, though.
Okay.
Okay, so that means if you succeed, we get a bonus momentum that we could probably couple with another momentum to make an advantage.
Mm-hmm. And let me see. The honestly, I should take the lead on this.
Who?
Oh,
Yeah, I have Insight Security 17.
Oh.
you have a total of 17.
How do you
Yeah.
get 7?
Yeah, then I better be assisting you.
Because I'm a veteran. That's how
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, my highest is 15 with control engineering or reason with engineering.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a 17 score, but mine is my presence command.
He's super charismatic.
Sometimes.
Fucking pen.
Right.
All right, let's get on with the show.
All right. So, for the first one, I'm rolling 2 die.
Okay. So,
And-
so lay out your entire roll before you guys roll it. Like who's rolling, what's
Okay.
rolling. Let's lay all that out, and then I'll get the opportunity to decide if I want to spend threat or not, and then we'll all roll the dice.
Got it.
Well, one thing I'd like to point out, I only have a 16, but I do have a focus in computers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
could, yeah,
when
yeah.
make
You
your
could use
assist,
that. Yep.
You can use that when you're making your assist.
Okay.
Which will give you a higher crit chance on that. The way the numbers work, it's better to have an additional die when you have a higher number, and it's better to have, if you have focuses, do assists slightly.
Okay.
Although it's
I have,
So-
an idea, I have an idea on how you can use your I have an idea on how you can use your engineering stuff.
I was just gonna keep changing the encryption keys on the damn thing every time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do something like that, and so it makes it harder for your opponent.
Mhm.
Yeah, I already. Something to say to everybody. I have a degree in computer forensics, so I actually know how to do something like this.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so I already had planned out what I was gonna do, including I'm gonna just tell this to Varro and a PM because Lark is just gonna whisper this into his ear.
Oh yeah, the one case where you actually have to whisper into my ear.
Yeah, that's an option you can do,
Yeah, it is.
but it will be harder if you do it though.
I'd like to block them first, I think.
Yeah, we'll do the block first.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2.
Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Okay.
Lyarka is assisting with, I'm assuming, control engineering.
And the Kismet should be assisting too.
Can you guys hear me?
Correct.
Okay.
Kismet is assisting with computers security,
I'll roll that.
and Modak is doing something, I believe. The question is, can we be doing 2 things at the same time?
No, because this is an opposed check. So essentially, what's happening is he's trying to break into the system. You're trying to stop him because so he started to break into the system. You guys have to counter it, and then
Right. The question is, can we allocate our resources to also go on the offensive? Can I assign Modak to reverse trace the hacking attempt?
I would say
while we're blocking it?
I would say let's do the first roll because I think we're talking about it too much.
Yeah.
And then we'll see. I think I will let you guys go on the offensive if you get at least 2 more successes than I do.
Okay.
Then you'll be able. Then you'll have the momentum to swing
Got
it
it.
back, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So let's just start rolling, and then we'll go from there.
Give it Modak Learka, our assisting.
Okay.
Nice.
So hold on. I'm going to spend 3 threat to roll 4 dice, and then this is a base difficulty 1, and then whatever I roll will be added onto it.
So it's complication 1, task roll 1.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it. Engineering, control. I'm randomizing crap.
Cool. And then we just need the lieutenant
Modak.
commander.
And then we need what?
Lieutenant Commander, you need to roll.
Yeah.
Haha.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will roll the counter. 2, 3, 4,
Got close.
5. So we actually tie because I get the +1 with the difficulty. So we tie.
Right.
I thought we were using the engineer to make things more difficult.
So he would technically get the first advantage because he was the one that originally broke into the system. So you guys essentially effectively blocked him out of
Okay.
doing whatever he was originally going to do. So because we tied in this case, he's going to try his second attempt, which you guys are probably just going to have to straight out counter again because no one has an advantage in this case. But now you can use your engineering team to do something with them. Okay?
I look at my engineering team. Keep randomizing all the codes.
Can we mechanically call that adding resistance to his attempt?
Yes.
The hack
Yeah.
attempt?
Yeah, that I'll use that for. So his next difficult, so whatever I roll, his next difficulty is only going to go up by 1 instead of the 2.
Okay.
So it'll be the same thing that he does, essentially.
Got it.
It'd be a shame
So
if
at-
someone rolled a complication.
So at this point, if you wanted to use your other character to do something else, they would probably give him a complication versus being able to roll.
Okay.
So if you wanted like Liarka to assist in trying to randomize the codes, that would make his difficulty harder, but he wouldn't get the roll, if that makes sense. Because he's actively trying to do something else.
Right. He'd
So
be doing
that
something else.
right. So I think that's how we could allocate this.
Okay. Yes. Let's put Modak on the offensive. Lieutenant Commander, find out where this hacking attempt is coming from. We need to cut it off at the source.
And Varro, I'd spend a momentum.
You have none.
Oh, we don't?
Wait, what?
You
Wow,
guys,
two.
you guys ran out last time. You used the 2 to do that last thing.
Oh. And
With,
we didn't get
with
any
Evans.
from the roll because we tied.
Correct.
Okay.
No, from Evan's last roll, we gained momentum.
No, I don't think you did.
Yeah, that's 3 successes for a difficulty 2 check.
Right, but you guys used it to do something.
Oh,
I
to
don't-
re-roll.
Yeah, I don't remember what the thing was, but you used it
Oh, I
for
re-rolled
something.
my damage.
Yep.
Yeah, you used it for something that used all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna have to hope that.
I had a set.
Yeah. Let's hope that we roll well enough. Pend, don't say a damn word.
Okay, so-
Location.
Okay, so what's the next roll here?
The next roll is Learka, me, and the ship. And Modak is going on the offensive.
Okay.
Correct?
All right.
All right, so let's roll the with the ship roll first, and then we'll come back to the Modak because I think it's probably going to be an opposed check, but this one is more or less straight up.
Wait.
All right. So same rolls last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so with the engineering thing, so I'm gonna spend 1 to roll 3 dice for this one.
What about Varro? Oh, there we go.
3, 4. So I'm rolling 3 dice.
Ah.
Oh, crit fail. Well, I think my engineering team has really screwed you up.
Actually, I think he failed.
So
I think he did.
it's technically 3 successes against your force. You get the momentum. I'm trying to think of what I want to do with this complication.
Well, so there's the thing, though. Not only that, I think he actually failed the test. Because we had the
Well, because
engineer-
remember you're counter hacking here. So whatever he was trying to do, he didn't get to do because they effectively blocked him. But now he has a complication, and I think
Right,
the
but what was
complication.
the task for him.
So it was base 2, but then you guys. Well, there's no difficulty of the task for him.
Oh.
Like it's like because of you guys get all the assist, the difficulty of the task actually adds to his.
Okay.
So the difficulty of the task for you guys was actually a base 4, but because of the using your engineering crew, it actually made it a difficulty 3, which you guys still beat. But now he has a complication I got to figure out what to do with.
Okay.
And I actually think I'm going to use this complication on the next roll, to give him a resistance to Modak trying to find him.
Wait, but that's you rolled the complication.
I know, but his complication is that the hacker is going to get a resistance in the negative to the next roll to be found. So whatever I roll is going to get a -1.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay.
Numbers.
So Modak is going to roll to try to trace his signal. Right? That was the roll that we were deciding to do?
Yep.
Okay, so it's just going to be a straight up opposed check with the -1.
Okay, apply the focus, task roll. You guys mind if I use the momentum?
Yeah, I believe we gained 1 off of that, and I think this could destabilize him, so use that momentum.
Okay.
Ooh.
I will bank the threat. I will spend 3 to roll 4 dice.
Varro and Liarka?
No,
And this-
we're blocking.
And this will be at -1. So this is 4 successes. So I get
think he still
the
won.
2 threat. So what happened in this round is the ship blocked his initial attempt and kind of distracted him while Modak tried to trace the what happened there? Oh, he dropped.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so as Modak was trying to trace them, Modak accidentally tripped up and was blocked. He lost the signal, essentially.
Damn.
So we're going to move to the third one. This is the last opportunity he has to hack the system. The base difficulty was 3, but because of the advantage, it's only 2, versus whatever he rolls to try to game the system, so to speak.
Yeah. And hey, welcome back.
You're muted. There.
What does?
Oh, man.
Okay. How much momentum do we have?
You are out.
We are.
Okay. Just straight up rolls for.
You could if you want Modak to go again, you could use your determination.
What's determination?
So you guys definitely have the advantage. That could probably, since I think you got 2 successes on that original roll, if I'm not mistaken. You could probably do a attack here.
That
Okay.
would prohibit us from blocking his attempt, though, right?
So, like, you would force him on the defensive.
Yeah.
I'd say let's return to sender.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
Okay, so I think this is going to be Modak's primary role, and then we'll be assisting him
Okay.
because he was doing. It just makes sense narratively.
Precise to a fault. You could use precise to a fault as a
Yep.
determination spend.
Yeah, I'd like to use the precise to a fault as a determination spend.
Okay.
So 2 successes.
Okay.
And we're assisting. Oh my.
See, 19 and 20.
And we're trying to help him, aren't we?
Wait, roll. Here's something. Roll your challenge die. See if you get it back, because if you do, you can re-roll those 2 dice.
Yes, roll a challenge
Okay.
die. Hit one.
Does he have veteran?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And by the way, before you roll, make sure you hit enter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey!
Woo!
Gets his determination back. He can spend it again and re-roll those 2 dice.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Please
going
roll
to,
everything. Reroll.
yeah, I'm going to re-roll.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Now we
Force-
can assist him.
4 successes.
Right.
Now the assist.
There we go.
Well, I failed.
God
Damn it.
damn it, Paulo.
Complications.
How?
It's the word of the night.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend a 2 threat from Varro to counteract their advantage for this one. So you're at a difficulty 3. I'm going to spend my remaining 6th threat to buy 3 more dice
Oh
to roll
God.
5.
Ooh.
Oh.
That,
6, 7,
that
8,
hurts.
9.
I think he beat you guys.
Yeah, he did.
I think he
So
got
he
it.
blocked this time.
So he blocked, but he wasn't able to get into the system in time, so he disconnects.
Nice.
So we still won.
Wish we knew who it came from.
Right.
But he won.
And the simulation ends at that point.
Was gonna yell at one of the officers to figure out which port he came in and close it.
And so as the simulation ends, Lieutenant Pierce just kind of taps in his notepad and walks out of the holodeck without saying a word to anybody.
All right.
That-
As that ends, I kind of look over at Larrick and I say, "Good work, Ensign.
Thank you, Commander.
I may have a project for you in the near future."
Understood, Commander. Always willing to help.
Grennan raises an eyebrow.
I look at the captain.
How close was Grennan? Because I said that somewhat quietly.
No. Oh, well, okay. I didn't know it was whispered. In that case, never mind.
Yeah.
I was unaware that it was a whispered thing.
It was, "Good work, Ensign. I may have a project for you in the near future."
Right. Well,
All right, so I think at this time is a good time to do whatever you guys wanted to do roleplay wise.
Okay.
Well, I think we've all done a good job here. He claps his hands together. Say we're reaching about the end of Alpha Shift, so I'd say everyone take a break.
Yes, I need to finish my engraving. I kind of leave. But then I stop and I go, wait a minute, I'm in the holodeck.
You just
And I
walk.
kind of just go, computer, reinitiate 4B, and I'll be right back. And he kind of leaves as the computer kind of starts loading.
I like to.
So, yeah, I would like to, approach the captain about ripping Lieutenant J.G. Penn the new one?
You wish to speak with me about Lieutenant? I say we have this conversation in my ready room.
As you wish, Captain.
Hey, Commander, I don't think he likes me very much.
Okay, so we are going to go to my
the
ready
ready
room.
All right. So you two kind of head off. Anything else happening in the holodeck before you guys leave?
Well, Learka's doing his program. I'm leaving, but I'll probably run my scene with him after.
Yeah, I just left the room to grab something to kind of fit the scene with it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll jump on to the ready room then. Oh, yep. Go ahead.
Was the crew member who died, were they based on an existing crew member who exists on the ship?
Random holograms.
Oh, okay.
I mean, probably in your eyes, no less real than a person, but still a hologram.
So there isn't an equivalent to. There isn't an equivalent on the ship?
No. You never seen these people before. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and head toward the ready room.
Okay.
Okay. So the captain is going to sit in his chair, rest his chin in his fingers, and look up at the lieutenant commander. Go ahead. You may speak freely.
Sir, if I may be so bold, even though it was a simulation, I feel the fact that we lost, or that we had structural damage to the ship during the testing, and the fact that Penn had ignored the fact that we were told to treat this like it was real. I'm thinking we should, I'm thinking we should have a discussion with him about this.
Understood. I saw everything that occurred during that training simulation, and I agree. Penn certainly has a brash streak to him, a tendency to ignore what he's told for what's fun. And that's something that can cause a lot of problems on a starship. Even if he acknowledges that when times get tough, it can be serious, he needs to treat these things as if they are serious. I agree with you, and I will have a talk with him. Quite
Thank
soon,
you, sir.
actually. If that is all, you may be dismissed and take some off time.
Thank you, Captain.
Okay. The captain, as soon as he leaves, the captain taps his comm badge and says, "Lieutenant Penn, please report to my ready room." Well, Penn?
Well, I would assume I'm heading up.
Okay, you gonna come into the ready room?
Yeah.
So, Grennan, so you walk in, Grennan has his arms crossed. He doesn't look happy.
Okay.
After about 7 seconds of that, a smile cracks his lips. Oh, Penn. Wow, that was quite a show there in the holodeck.
Yeah, I think I pissed off the lieutenant commander.
Oh, certainly, without a doubt. Look, Penn, I know that you see these types of training exercises as harmless fun, but in the eyes of command, these things are incredibly serious. And in this instance, I do agree with them. You really have to take these kinds of evaluations more serious.
Oh, I completely agree. If I may put a point forward.
That's good. It's good.
If we consider I was just asked to fly a starship through a minefield of singularities, I don't know what anyone was expecting was getting out of that scotch-free.
Oh, and your performance during that, despite your blatant disregard of orders, was still quite impressive. Your piloting abilities have always been top-notch as long as you've been here on the Kismet. And that's the kind of quality, Harmon stands up and walks towards him, that we look for in our lieutenants.
Okay? Question mark?
Lieutenant, you've done a lot for this ship over the past few weeks. You've gotten us out of some very dicey situations, flown us through combats, and not to mention the incident with the giant space fish. I think that this is quite deserved. And he reaches down, takes something up. He said, "Hold out your hand."
Okay.
Put something in it. It is a pip.
Oh, I was kind of hoping for money, but I'll take it.
May
What
I?
use would you have for money?
It's not the point.
May I? Harmon rolls his eyes. So, may I see your may I have your other empty pip?
Sure. There you go.
Thank you. And you watch. You suppose you'll watch you put it on.
Okay. Pip on.
Remember now that you're a lieutenant, there's a lot more responsibility on your shoulders.
Fair enough.
Things only get more difficult from here on out. Well,
It kind of keeps things more interesting as well.
Indeed. Now, I'd like you to take your post up. However, I can't overlook what you did during the simulations. So, as punishment, you're going to take up the beta shift at the nav
Okay.
for the rest of the day.
I mean, you could have just ordered me to apologise, but I can take nav.
Well then, dismissed.
Thank you, Captain.
And as the door opens back onto the bridge, you just hear the captain call out, "Lieutenant on the bridge!" And the door closes.
None of you saw nothing.
So everyone who's on the bridge can now see that Lieutenant Pend is now a full-fledged lieutenant.
And Modak is going to have a cow in the next 10 seconds.
Penn's just smiling at him.
I advised the captain to reprimand him, and he gets a promotion?
No, I mean, he's been on the ship. I mean, my character's been on the ship. He knows that he'd gotten the ship through some dicey shit.
Yeah.
It's just that he was pissed off that he took a serious training exercise nonchalantly.
Okay, so unless unless you guys are going to do anything, there's one more thing I'm going.
I have things to do. I will say that much.
I do too.
Okay.
I think Sullivan wants to run a scene.
Okay. Does Sullivan want to run a scene?
I'm not sure. I
Because-
think I have
well-
a general idea on the scene.
So
but-
here's what I'm saying. Let's do the important stuff because it is after 9. And then any else that we kind of want to set up, let's do in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So like we could actually work it out and make it good, but let's do the important stuff now.
Oh, in that case, I do have one more thing I have to do. So, Armin takes a seat back down at his desk, lets out another little laugh. He composes himself, taps his comm badge again. Ensign Sullivan, please report to my ready room.
She's going to appear, and she's definitely going to look nervous and say, "Is it about the failure during the simulation, sir?"
The failure during the simulation. Sort of. Watching you during that simulation, I saw what happened with that man with his chest open on the operating table. I saw how hard the emergency medical hologram tried. But at the end of the day, it wasn't enough. Nurse Sullivan, healing people often requires a more human touch. Something that a hologram often just cannot provide. This ship needs a full-time doctor, Ensign Sullivan. Now, while I was back on Earth, I put in a request for you at Starfleet Medical. Considering all that you've done for the crew of the Kismet so far, your amazing credentials. And he reaches over and he takes out a couple, like actually 2 pads and slides them forward to her. They have provided me with this. It is a series of, I guess you could call them courses, a set of requirements to be fulfilled, if you choose to accept them. It will take you time, but at the end of things, you will become a fully licensed doctor.
I will, sir.
You will. Of course, that is if you wish to accept this.
I would love to. Do you want me to stay on the ship while I do so?
Of course. That's what this setup is all for. They put together a package that would enable you to perform your studies while taking on your duties as temporary chief medical officer for the Kismet. Now again, it will not be easy. You are going to have to cram a lot. But if anyone can do it, you can.
Yes, sir.
Now, one more thing. There's one little tiny problem with this program. The bare minimum rank to enroll in the program is Lieutenant Junior grade. And as you may have noticed walking onto the bridge, Lieutenant Pend is no longer a lieutenant grade, meaning he takes the pip that he got from Pend out of his pocket, said, I have a spare one of these lying around, and I don't want it taken up anymore. And he hands it to Nurse Sullivan.
She sort of breathes in, breathes out, breathes in again, and says in a really sort of small, almost her voice crack, "Thank you, sir."
Oh, pull yourself together, Lieutenant. Gotta keep a straight face for the patients.
Aye, sir.
And don't forget, this won't, and his face just, he's been kind of smiles this whole time. His face goes serious again. This won't be easy.
Yes, sir.
Dismissed.
She gives a quick salute and sort of does a little skip out the door.
And as she walks out the door, the captain yells again, "Lieutenant Junior Grade on the bridge."
Thumbs up from Pend.
She gives 2 thumbs up while she's walking out. In the turbo lift, you can hear a sort of muted "yes" from behind the door.
Nice.
So that's all I wanted to do.
No, I've got a little bit that I need to run. It's just all the scenes after the main episode this time.
Jeez.
All right. Yeah. So after everybody's dispersed from the holodeck, I turn back around and I go back to the holodeck.
Okay, I'm gonna describe this in the best way I could think of, because I rolled a d4 and I planned out each one of these damn things that could happen. And I'm gonna have fun with this one.
So
no, it is not a sex dungeon. Screw off, Pen.
You hear like a beep outside.
Come in! And as you open the doors, you see probably, you see a fireplace. You see it looks like an old rustic setting. And you see me having a portrait in front of me. And you notice there's 2 different people, a man to the left, man to the right. And they're looking over what I'm doing, and we're bickering and arguing. And you realize that each one of them is wearing Renaissance artist clothing. And if you got just a little bit closer, Varro, you would notice the portrait in front of me, when you get to the other side, is made of platinum. And I'm carving into it.
Okay. I say, "Excuse me, Ensign."
Yes, Commander. I kind of look up and I say, "Pause program."
At your convenience, meet me in my quarters. I have a special assignment for you.
Very well. Just do it right now. Computer and program. And I kind of hold the portrait very carefully as it all ends and everything disperses. And it's an actual real portrait with real latinum on it. But it's a very thin sheet.
Amazing.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to give it to my mother.
Kind of you. This way,
Indeed.
Ensign.
Yes, sir. And I will follow him to his quarters.
All right. And when we arrive there...
Oh, by the way, I need to say this. He actually bought Renaissance clothing, and he's walking through the halls following you with Renaissance clothing.
Okay. When we get to my quarters, I say, "Computer sealed doors, Varro Sigma Delta 4.
What do you need to discuss with me, Commander?
Ensign, I'll be on leave for a short period of time. And there are a few things I'm going to try and have done on the ship while I'm away. One of those things I'm delegating to you.
Okay,
There's a
sir.
modification to one of our holding cells. You'll find the details on this pad. I'd like you to complete these by the time I return.
I slowly take the pen, I kind of scroll it up, and I go, "That's a lot, including the power requirements. Somebody will notice."
Try to make it subtle.
I'll make it subtle, but somewhere in the ship's going to suffer a little. I may have to make one of the jettison tubes look under maintenance for a little bit.
All right. If you do end up drawing attention with this, speak to no one but the captain. Understood?
Understood, Commander.
Very good. And you'll find the details for those modifications I can go over. Essentially, there's a remote that will allow me to control what's happening in the chamber without using voice commands, or the console in the brig. And it has extremely fast reacting like gas emissions in there, so I can put someone out really quickly. And there's a blanker or blinder that can be applied to the force field so that it can be made opaque. Those are the main things. As well as a couple non-standard listening devices.
I kind of just slowly nod, then I kind of say as I look up, this kind of sounds like you're trying to capture a changeling.
Not exactly, but something nearly as dangerous.
Understood. I'll make sure all these preparations are in pristine and top-notch.
Very good.
What will I
Computer?
say to the man controlling the brig? Just
That you're performing maintenance.
maintenance? Understood, sir.
Computer, deactivate security measures, borrow Sigma Delta 4. And the lights come back up, doors open, dismissed ensign.
Thank you, sir. And I kind of slowly walk out, and I say to myself, better just get started right away. This is going to take a while.
And then I tap my comm badge, and I say, borrow to Captain Grunin.
Yes.
May I speak with you in your ready room, sir?
Of course.
I'll be on my way. Expect me in 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, you hear the ding on your door.
All right.
And I enter, and I look a little bit more stern than normal. And then I say, Captain, I have some happy news.
Really?
Yes, my sister is getting married. I'll be returning to Beta Z shortly, on leave if you'll allow it.
Oh, well, of course.
I'm glad I could get this opportunity. It's been quite a while since I've had the opportunity to see my family.
Good, and make sure to give her my congratulations.
And then, not out loud, you hear, Captain, please activate security precautions.
The captain reaches over to his terminal, and he taps a couple of buttons, and the lights sort of go down in the room. Why didn't you use yours?
I will. There's some delicacy to where I'm going. I can't say too much. I'm sure you understand. And I'm not sure.
So your sister isn't getting married?
No, I'm afraid not.
Shame.
Although, I do look forward to when she does. Then I might have the opportunity to request an actual leave of absence.
Of course.
It has been a long time since I've seen my family. But, as I've said, I go where I'm needed, sir. And currently,
What can you tell me?
I am needed. And when you say that, I say, Conal, Black, 32, Alpha, engage.
And the
Captain.
computer does his thing.
I'm going on a mission of utmost importance.
Starfleet intelligence?
I don't say anything. There's not even any perceptible movement. I say, you remember that encounter we had in the convoy?
Right. The Orions.
It's not unrelated.
I see.
I'm not sure how long I'll be gone. but we have a fine crew, and I'm sure you'll manage in my absence.
Sure I will. No offense.
My apologies, Captain. I sought to leave this life behind me, but you never can.
Guess it's
You go where you're needed, wherever that may be.
written into our destiny.
Our duty is immutable.
And
Kunal, 32, Black, Alpha.
and the captain presses a few buttons on his terminal, and the lights come back up. And Grennan gives him a salute.
I return the salute, and I say, I'll require a Type 9 shuttle.
Of course.
I nod.
Make sure to bring me back something good from the wedding.
You'll understand there aren't many artifacts from a Betazoid wedding.
Right. Right.
However, I'll see if I can pick you up something, Captain.
Thank you. Dismissed.
Yes, sir. And then as I'm leaving, you hear, thank you, sir.
Captain nods, sinks back into his chair, and he goes deep in thought.
And I head toward the shuttle bay.
And I actually think this is going to be a good opportunity to end the episode.